All right, so Osana turns to you, Walter.
Oh, Mr. Walter, what do you have to say for yourself in terms of fearing the fairy? You said you didn't kill him, is that right?
That's correct. I did no such thing. I'm innocent. I don't even know how I ended up here to begin with.
How would you prove your innocence?
I mean, there was testimony. Um, you know. Uh, I mean,
So, listen, just follow what I say and I'll get you out of this. How does that work?
But didn't you say to have to do a plea deal? I mean, is there no other way to prove my innocence? I mean, setting a man on fire is completely out of my character.
Well, that's what you're getting blamed for, and trust me, I understand completely. You're being framed. You're being framed, and I need to help you with this, so just listen to me. The only thing you can take is a plea deal, unless you want to go by the news, of course. Would you rather?
Walter just kind of just puts his hand on his forehead, and he just decides, oh, very well. This is a situation far beyond what I can figure to get out of. If you believe you can help me,
Sally
at least
takes
survive.
a step forward.
Walter, before you just simply take that deal, we should ask her, who asked you to represent us or anything like that? Doesn't that raise a concern, Walter?
You do make a good point. I suppose I'm just so down on luck that I'm willing to take anything at this point. Well,
That is a good point, Miss Solandra. Walter, Solandra, Amris, Ferdinand, and Mr. Gunner, and also Rocco. You have all been very well chosen by a certain individual because of a certain halfwing out there. Making Frank Kemp, Mr. Pithwick Grumblepot helped you out.
Pithwick, can you give me a perception check to see if you heard that from the other side?
All right. Let's see. I don't have direct perception.
You don't? Under your skills? You should. Yeah, you do. You have a 41.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Sorry, I
Outdoor survival.
keep forgetting there's a scroll bar there. All right, perception.
Gotcha.
Not good.
Let's see. So you don't hear anything, and Rise looks down and cocks his head.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, they may have said your name in there.
Eh? I didn't hear anything.
Why did they mention you?
That's a good question. I mean, I was in the marketplace with them, but I don't know.
Did you do anything that may have attracted the attention of Osana? Not sure why she would mention you.
Let's see. I didn't get involved with the brawl. There were a couple ladies I saved. The Slayer actually tried to help me with that. The dwarf fella with the mohawk.
Oh, I see.
That's about it.
Well, that's probably why they're mentioning you. They're probably going to use you as a, sort of, not of a backup, but testimonial in order to get them out of the situation. That's my hunch, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense. Me being eyewitness to everything. Well, most things, I suppose.
Well, let's see what happens.
Indeed.
The camera then moves and shifts back to Osana as she's talking to the party.
Well, if you guys are all ready, we're gonna go back out there and this is how it's gonna work. Sally, you are the most highest standing individual right here. And because of that, Judge Maliarte, I may be able to work a few things. Walter, and Rocco, I need you to say that you were with Sally. Say you're associated with her. You're friends. Although you guys pretty much just met. Just say you've known her for a while. How does that sound?
Sure, I suppose, if that's fine with you all. Although, where do you think we would have met? And we should probably get our story straight, right?
She sort of smirks at this, and a smile riles up on the side of her cheek, and she tells you that she'll handle that. Believe her. Ambrose moves over,
then.
the elf moves over to you, and he puts his hand on your shoulder.
Well, we could always just say we met at them before the market plots. It seems like we were all hanging together anyway. I mean, it seemed like we were well acquainted before, so we could use that, right? That may sound plausible.
I suppose so. That could work.
Gunnar speaks up as he scoffs and spits on the floor.
I'm not saying I'm associated with that bastard over there, Rocco. He's a fucking thief.
You hear Rocco as he sticks his middle finger, starts winding it up at Gunnar. Osana puts up two hands and she tries to calm everybody down.
Okay, well, let's go back out there and leave the rest to me. Besides, if you guys really want to know, just stick with me. You'll hear soon about who hired me. I mean, everyone has accused you guys. And obviously that is very suspicious in of itself. In the point that I happen to know one of the witnesses listed here is blind. Who called you out, Walter? The guy who said you set somebody on fire. They're blind in two eyes. So obviously I don't believe that.
This whole thing sounds so
And
ridiculous.
you have enemies or friends in very high places. Who set you guys up? I don't have the faintest idea, to be honest with you. But I do know who hired you, and I'll let you know that in the future. So, what do we say, Walter, and everyone else?
Well, at this point, I feel I have no real choice. This is the only best option there is. I'm willing to take it.
Wait, Walter, what type of plea deal are we talking here?
Osana smiles once again. You see that she does this quite often, as it looks like she is holding back something as she puts her finger on her lips very gently, almost like with a be quiet sort of signal. And so she goes back to the door and she opens it and she beckons you all to come out to the main area.
Oh boy.
So
Alter kind of gets up, starts like limping. Just as he's walking out, he just says, "What have I gotten myself
Yep.
into?"
What have we all gotten ourselves into?
So let me start moving these tokens. So you guys all line back up. Let me put Fernan in there and Amris, and let's put, yeah, you're gonna put you. Yeah, that works. So give me a second. All right. So you guys all come back out to the courtroom area. And Osana speaks to the judge and tells him that she's ready to begin once again, representing you guys. Give me a sec. And so the trial begins once again, and Osana is representing all of you as Judge Maliarte is. You see him as he's digging with the in the pie while he's actually while the court is in session. He takes a few bites of it every now and then.
Osana, if this is another one of your plea deals, please state what it is.
Osana perks up and she puts her hands behind her back.
Okay? Judge Maliarte, if you would allow me. Just get the paperwork. Oh, this isn't,
You see that she's struggling. She's looking around for certain paperwork, but she can't seem to find it. As this is happening, Melly, give me a second. Let me put your token on the map.
Oh, thank you.
Adele. Wait, why can't I see Adele? What the hell can I highlight Adele? What's going on?
I see two Adeles.
Yeah, give me a second. It's not letting me highlight her. Some weird.
You're doing great, Soul. Take your time. Thank you so much for helping me. I'm glad the student lawyer thing worked out. Thank you for working me into the lore of your campaign.
Sure, why would I highlight that? But that is so weird. Okay, so there are no guards in front of you, Adele, as you can easily burst through the door. It is right in front of you. What do you do?
Oh,
As you have paperwork Osana needs.
since I am her loyal apprentice assistant student lawyer, I'm going to hurry in there because I know court's in session and I must make it in there. So I'll just burst in through the doors with my papers in hand for her.
Okay.
Actually,
so
I'll
go ahead
quickly
and,
knock first,
use
and
your-
then I'll be like, "Ba-dum." Thank you. Sorry for talking over you. Should I just move my token forward to
Go
everybody?
ahead, yeah. So
Okay.
you burst through, explain what you're doing as you go into the courtroom.
Absolutely. I'll be like, Your Honor, Miss Osana, I am so sorry for the interruption. I'm just here to deliver a couple of important papers to my mentor, if you'll allow it, Your Honor.
Osana literally is shocked. Judge
Oh.
Maliarte looks at you and then he turns to Arthur, his 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 servant in the courtroom. Osana slaps her face as she sees you burst in.
Sorry, maybe I should have been more quiet.
This isn't gonna be good.
Judge Malierte looks at his servant Arthur.
Arthur, what is my requiring when court is in session?
Sir, no one is to disturb the means of the court in session at this time.
And what is the punishment?
Prison for the next 6 months.
Osana, please tell me this isn't your apprentice.
Osana slowly turns back and looks at you.
Uh-oh. Your Honor, Miss Osana,
Believe
I
he
am
is.
sorry, Soul, I spoke over you. Would you say that again? I'm really
Adele?
sorry.
Adele, can you please sit next to Mr. Gunner?
Yes.
And I'll
Yes,
take
ma'am.
that paperwork.
Here you go, ma'am. I am so sorry.
She turns back to the judge.
Your Honor, along with my apprentice, who is upside down, I would like to group everyone with a plea deal. Starting from here, all 6 of them, well, 7 included with my apprentice, will join the Watch in order to combat these hard and trying times, as we do need people here as well in order to protect Uber's Watch. Oh, Uber's right. Ooh. How does that sound?
Judge Malierte, he has pie in his mouth while he's talking. He starts to rub his chin. He starts to nod and he shakes his head at this ordeal, as Ubersreich is in a very dire situation. The Judge Malierte turns to you, Adele.
Lady Adele, would you be against joining the Watch?
Oh, absolutely not, sir. Especially as I've infringed upon the sacred rules of your courtroom and tribunals. I apologize profusely again, sir, and to Miss Osana as well, of course.
You know, for being a lawyer, Osana, your apprentice doesn't very much well know the laws. Especially the ones that I require for my court. I will allow it for her. Give me some time to think about the rest of them.
Osana turns towards you.
Just give me a second. I'll try to work with the rest of them. Thanks for the paperwork. I can sway
Again,
the judge, I think. But don't apologize. It's fine. I completely forgot that I left my paperwork there. Very, very small thing that I would have never done on a special occasion. And I completely forgot that interrupting Judge Malierte's court sessions are punishable by law. So, leave this to me.
Miss Osana, you are most kind, as
So-
always, and I apologize again for everything.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
The judge turns towards Walter.
So, Mr. Walter, what say you against killing Viren the Fairy?
And Walter's thinking like, what can he even really say? Like he doesn't want to admit that he did it because he didn't. But at the same time, he's taking this plea deal. And so Walter just says,
I see that you're taking a while in order to respond. Let me ask you this. You claim not to have killed Fawcett the Fairy, but I have seen a report that says you did kill others, such as the man who was on fire. Explain to me what happened, my good sir.
to my Your Honor, sir, I can't. I did not kill him, but I feel wholly responsible that perhaps I could have prevented it. And so, in a way, I do feel that I am responsible. He was an
And
innocent
so
man, after
you
all.
see he kind of nods at this.
I see that you're willing to take a little bit of responsibility for the situation, and I do commend that. I'll take that into consideration. So you may hold your tongue for now, Mr. Walter Shonson.
Thank you, Your Honor.
He turned towards Solandra, Gunnar, Ferdinand, and Amris, and he starts to ask them about, the situation as well. As he tells, he tells Sally.
So, Lady von Drakenberg, with the decree of the Jungfort's absence of your father, who is expected to be one of the leading members of the town council to come here within a few months, to settle the critical decision for Umbushreich, whatever would your lord father say when he finds out that his daughter considers this a good use of her time?
Sally doesn't really say anything to that, but she does tell him that she would, join the watch as well if it will prevent anything from sullying the name of the Drakenberg family. Gunnar, he points out about the Slayer oath.
How exactly is the Slayer's oath served by destroying the market plots, Mr. Gunnar? However, I did hear that your heroics working with Pithwick did help a certain lady of the Kurtstadt family. And in doing so, I will take that into consideration as well.
For Ferdinand and Amris, he doesn't really say much about them, as they were just simply following along with Sally. Ferdinand is a magic user. However, he did not use any magic abilities within the market plots, as he does know, especially for in this world, using magic very freely is very shunned upon, as magic is related to chaos, and bad things can happen when you use magic in this realm. So with Amris, he sort of asks him, and do take note, he does call him Master Emberfell.
I'm not very familiar with El's Master Emberfell, but is this how your mother and father play when things go airy? I do know that you are one of the leading nobles of merchants, but I'll take that into a factor as well. From the decree of what some of the individuals said, you did not have a direct cause on the brawl within the market plots, so I will take that. Pithwick Grumblepot, I ask, were these individuals truly the cause of this? I ask you directly. Do you believe that they were the cause of the riots that took place?
No, Your Honor. I don't believe they were.
Thank you. Well then. It seems fairly unlikely that you all gathered here today managed to assault the entire market plots on your own. However, we also commend you all for not bothering to waste the court's time on frivolous protestations of innocence. Thus, we are inclined to be merciful. After careful review of the evidence and circumstances surrounding the case, it is my view that those who had a hand in disrupting the peace of the found town should also have a hand in restoring it. I sentence all of you for supervised watch on the duty in order that you may work off your debt to Uber's Reich. This duty will commence tomorrow in a period not to exceed 3 years. However, for you, Adele, for interrupting the court, I will only give you 6 months to serve within the Uber's Right watch. Does that sound preferable?
Sir, yes, sir. I mean, yes, Your Honor. I apologize. Thank you for forgiving my being flustered earlier, and I apologize for disrupting the decorum of your courtroom. It won't happen again, sir.
Yes. Well then, failure to carry out your new duties and go against your own watchmen, who are of a higher rank than you, will be looked at as treason to the Empire and is punishable by death. In Verina's name, I so rule, your case is concluded. Arthur, bring me a glass of that Bordeaux alcohol. I need it. Pithwick and Rise, you may carry out your individuals and direct them to the barracks as soon as possible, and let them meet with Lady Pfeffer. Court is dismissed.
You hear the sound of knocking as he slams his mallet down, and court is dismissed.
As if there weren't enough tall people.
Well, it's nice to meet you too, and I gather you are Mr. Grumblepot?
That's right.
So Rise looks at you. Are you talking to Rise or Mr. Grumblepot?
Go Grumblepots, and I would like to make introductions with everyone because I have just kind of burst onto this scene.
Okay. Absolutely.
So out of character, I love how the judge, it's okay to be drinking alcohol and eating pie while court is in session, but it's not okay to burst in and make noise.
This is Judge Malierte's court, you know. But once you make noise and interrupt him, you know, he puts that law down.
Is he a named character? You're right. It is his court. You know, he gets a set of rules. Is he
he's a main. I never made him up. He's a main character. Yeah, he's a main character in here.
Oh God, he looks so strict.
This is his face.
He looks way meaner than the judge in Phoenix Wright. Like this. The judge in Phoenix Wright just looks perpetually astonished.
He definitely has that personality. that is his personality in the rules where it tells you that his personality. He is that type of judge. Exactly.
So not to be
I'm definitely gonna give him Tony Jaa's name.
I love that so much, and their voice was perfect. He sounded so strict and like fatherly, but also like, you know, really, really stern. And I love how he's not to be trifled with, but he can eat trifle while he trifles with you. So it's his courtroom, his rules.
Yes.
But thank you so much. I'm sorry for this.
Looks at everybody.
So, it seems as though Vecris is the best outcome for everybody. How are you guys feeling? What do you think, Walter?
I think I need to see a doctor about this leg.
Yes, I was wondering about that too.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Also, Adele, we'll talk later, but, I would advise for now, since Judge Malierte referred on it, that you follow Rise and Pithwick. Get a layout of the barracks.
Absolutely, ma'am.
Also, she whispers in your ear something.
Oh,
Maybe this is a good time to see how they're conducting things within the barracks. Keep it between us.
absolutely, ma'am.
We'll see how they're
Discretion is.
conducting
Oh,
things, and well, we could use this in the future for anything that we need to use in court that'll work against evidence.
yes, ma'am. Absolutely, ma'am. Discretion is the better part of valor, and I will not let you down again. Today won't have a repeat, so I'll be very careful.
She nods at that. And she peers over Pithwick.
You know, because of your actions in the market plots, you really did save everybody here.
I was just doing my duty.
I will say, Mr. Pickwick Grumblepot, you'll be hearing from a certain noble family pretty soon. Because of your actions. Take it on the good side. You've been noticed.
Noted.
Sounds like quite the honor, Pithwick.
Well then, I'll take my leave here for everybody. Sally, Gunnar, Adele, Walter, Ferdinand, and Amris. If you guys ever need me for anything, hopefully especially dealing with the law, hopefully you don't end back here. Adele knows where my office is. Feel free to ask me any questions. I personally would be happy to assist, especially since I'm getting paid very well for helping you all.
And so Osana nods. And what do you want to say, Walter?
Well, I was going to ask you, Susanna. So, who exactly is trying to look out for us?
I was curious about that myself.
It's a good question. As I was saying, you'll be hearing about that soon. Probably within the next week or so. They'll reach out to you. It's a very noble client. And you can thank two people probably for that. Mr. Pithwick Grumblepot and Sally as well. Apparently someone with a gold status is looked at. And keep it between us. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that Sally is being... Just keep that between yourself.
Well, very well then. Guess we'll see how things play out. But at least I'm
Well,
glad
I'll take
to
my
still
leave.
have my head on my shoulders.
Indeed.
A good day to all of you. And good
Thank
luck.
you. Thank you, ma'am. Absolutely. I'll see you back at the offices.
Take your leave.
So it looks like we have our marching orders. Except for poor
Rice crosses his arm. Yes.
Second. So Rise crosses his arms as he peers over at Pithwick.
We should probably help Walter. Seems as though his leg is hurt. I do have somebody that can help him out. You mind coming with me?
Yeah, all right. Is this your typical sawbones?
Yeah. This is Wiltrud. She's a bit of a nutpod. She may be able to get the job done. If not her, maybe somebody else, but she could probably recommend us to somebody. His
Yeah,
leg
all right.
doesn't look good.
Excuse me, a nut?
How are you feeling? Don't
Well,
worry.
I'll
What you'll see when you meet her. So for everyone else who isn't injured, you're more than welcome to go to the captain's quarters and wait for me and Pithwick to come back. But in the meantime, anybody else who wants to see the certain individual, you can come with us. It'll
I'll
definitely help
help.
to know who she is, especially since he helps with surgeries and if you are at any time injured. He studied with the best of the best out in Altdorf, and she knows her studies, so
Well, if she's qualified, then I suppose it's fine.
And I'd be happy to help you.
Alright.
We do have an interest in injury law as well, of course, at our firm. I'd be happy to help you with your friend here, of course. Let me lend you a hand.
Thank you, I
Well,
appreciate
the rest
it.
of everybody else, I guess we'll be at the watch until you guys get there. Thank you, Lady Adele, for your mentor helping us out.
She's
I'm
the
Lady
best.
Sandra, but Sally, you can just call me Sally, however. Sally von Drachenberg.
Sally, it's wonderful to meet you, and you did well in there. The judge is quite an imposing figure, isn't he?
Not at all, but keep your voice down. I don't want another year being served.
That's
Not at
very
all.
true.
Our voices do echo through the court chambers.
You are right about that. I apologize, but we look forward to meeting you at the barracks when we get this fellow Walter, was it, sorted out.
Likewise. See you guys then.
Absolutely, Sally. Again, it was nice to meet you all. I'm sorry it wasn't under better circumstances.
Gunnar and Roko, they both look at each other with dismay. However, they kind of separate away from each other. So what happened was Sandy was trying to look who to steal from, and he kind of failed his one of his checks. And Gunnar noticed that he was looking at people's pockets, so he called him out on it, and they got into an argument. And so when Roko was trying to run away after being framed, Gunnar tried to run up and grab him and was trying to beat the shit out of him.
So
Until
this is
Pickwick called him to help him out with
this
what was
is
that?
D Gunner, right? Like Gunner and Felix. This is D Gunner. Oh,
No,
okay.
no, 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 no. So
Sorry, go
we're
trick,
getting
go
into
trick.
racist
Okay.
territory here
Oh,
because
sorry.
because we're about to get to all dwarves look alike. All dwarves have a mohawk in Warhammer. Most of them have
Do
a
have
mohawk in
greased,
Warhammer.
greased
So,
orange hair.
yeah, they all have
You're
orange
not just
hair, right?
ignoring
It's a
Daddy.
thing.
I am so sorry.
So yeah, but that is yeah. So this is Gunner, completely different person. He is a slayer,
Got
as
it.
you can see from the tattoos and his
The
body.
mohawk.
But yeah,
He did a great job.
He does like broke, and he is a cat.
It's a bad.
He did those men instead of actually fighting to kill them. And let them go. He also let go what he wanted. That's that. He's a bit of a trouble making of but he does have honor. Does try to defend those who are weak? And yeah, if you try to fight you,
So you're cutting out like robots.
Sweetheart, so we're sorry, Maddie was here that you need with your bubble going every. Well, let's go. We're sorry. Oh no.
Yeah. I don't know if it's far now. Like I picked like
Oh. Oh, maybe it's Scottish.
Discord and load it.
Sure.
There we go. I didn't catch it before. Okay, so I got my streamer in here, so we should be good to go. So you guys walk in, and as you guys start to walk into this place, it actually looks very lavish. And I'll go. Let me know when you guys are on the map.
I see a staircase in a room.
Yep,
Same
I'm
here.
there.
Yes, absolutely. So you guys are in. So Rise starts looking around. Let me put the music in there. Give me a second. There we go. So Rise starts looking around.
Just follow me. She should be here somewhere.
Sure, we're right behind you.
Wiltrud? I have no clue
Wow.
where she is.
This place is bigger than I thought it'd be.
Yeah, Wiltrud's one of the leading surgeons here. She usually helps a lot of the nobles out in the Morden sites. So that's where most of her pay usually comes from. Helps
Well,
with
I'm
good
glad
cause.
such an experienced surgeon is going to be looking
Or
after.
sorta, and normally expensive. Absolutely. Well, let's see. Wiltrud?
Walter, as you were looking in this hallway, a woman does a cartwheel flip from this room south of you, and she jumps over Pithwick and jumps next to you and looks at your leg and squats down.
So, you're here to see me? Please tell me it's infected. Please tell me there's bacteria. Please tell me I need to cut it off.
I'm sorry. What's going on?
Excuse me, silly. I am Wiltrud Drexel. Nice to meet you. You're the one who needs help, right?
Yes, I'm Walter Shuntz, and my leg is seen better
Hold
days.
on a second.
You see she slides across the floor and jumps in front of Rise's face.
Rise Sports, my childhood friend. You haven't paid me a visit in quite some time. And why is that?
Rise looks distraught as he doesn't know what to do or what to say about that.
Oh, you have history with her, right?
Give me a second. The picture won't show up of his facial expression. Okay. I'll put it in there. Give me a sec.
Maybe you could tell us more about your history together while she works on her friend here.
So this is what Rise is looking like right now, as he is he's a little bit flabbergasted as she jumps in his face.
That's a man who wants to file a malpractice suit, which we also specialize in.
Yeah. Me and Wiltrud, we've known each other since we were kids, at least.
Wow.
Wiltrud jumps over and she grabs his arm.
And Miss Willie go back a long time ago. Also, you can call me Drexel, Dr. Drexel. Your service.
Oh, well, thank you for the lively
Quite
introduction.
And you,
Much appreciated.
you don't look like you're hurt at all.
No, I'm as hale as a horse.
It's a shame. Oh, don't worry. You're in the watch, so eventually you'll see me.
Oh, I see.
Then,
It's the watch.
Mr.
That's what we're
Walter
after.
Johnson. Seems to be the problem.
Well, my leg was injured earlier. As you can see, it's seen better days. I don't think it's anything that
Rise is
serious.
scratching his head. She dips down once again and examines it, and she pulls out this little magnifying glass that's really not needed for your leg.
Wounded? Check. Slightly bloody? Check. Luckily not infected yet. That's unfortunate. Would have loved to treat it that. So, how did you get that, mister? You tripped on a rock outside, Mr. You said, what was your name again?
Shanson. Walter Shanson, Dr. Drex. And, I was attacked.
Mr. Walter Johnson?
That's correct. I was attacked. And also,
What were you attacked
I felt...
Was it a blade? A bomb? Smoke powder?
Well, it was, I mean, Walter's a little bit embarrassed. Well, there was blunt force from
Don't
one
tell me you
individual.
tripped outside on a rock.
It was a pig.
A pig? Wait, did you catch the pig? Is it around? Can I dissect it?
I don't know, but it was multiple things. A pig made me fall. Another brute attacked me. Even the guards attacked my leg. I
And
don't
they
even
didn't
know.
cut it off or do any more damage to it?
No,
That's such a
I don't
shame.
even understand.
Well then, this is a little sprain. I mean, there's a little bit of blood. Shillings. 8 silver shillings. I'll give you the necessary herbs in order to treat it, or you can go to that other sheep guy as well, next to the Physicians Guild. I think his name was Giovanni. You can always go to him if you want it done cheaper, but his healing methods take a little bit longer. And besides, all I'm doing is just helping you with a scraped leg. That's not something I want. I want your legs to be cut off. I want your ears cut off. I want to put some new innovation inside of you. That's what I'm all about. Experimenting and trying new things on people.
Oh my.
You ever wanted a new arm?
And, Walter looks at Rise. I just kind of like, what is this? Just confused.
Rise has a sweat drop on his head.
Rise,
Listen,
your friend.
I know Wiltrude is kind of much, but she is one of the leading surgeons here. She can treat you faster, although her prices are expensive. If not, we can always pay Giovanni a visit and see about him. He's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, it's up to you, Walter. Did you want a second opinion? Also, Rise, your friend here, you're very lively, Dr. Drexler. I appreciate your energy, and it's always good to have a hobby.
You miss, what was your name? Didn't catch
Oh,
all of
I
you guys.
apologize. My name is Adele, and sorry, Soul. I keep interrupting you and talking over you. I'm so sorry. I'm going to try to delay my talking. Sorry. You go ahead.
I was just saying I just didn't catch all your names, that's all.
Well, Dr. Drexler, it's nice to make your acquaintance. My name is Adele. I'm one of the apprentices under the honorable lawyer, Miss Osana.
Osana? The Verena lover? You worship Verena as well?
Oh, Soul, I don't know, do I? I feel dumb. Is that one of the deities?
So, Lady Verena is, it's one of the deities of law, and you don't have to. Verena is the goddess of wisdom. A lot of
Oh.
lawyers do worship her in terms of like studying. A lot of her believers feel like she alone holds like balance in truth is self-evidence within itself, as the law will come out and prove she will show truth and justice.
I like that so
So
much,
if you were a
especially for
lawyer, if you are, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I keep getting so excited and interrupting you a ton, but I just said I like that so much. That is awesome.
Chung chung.
Jin Jin,
Yeah,
Law and
so
Order theme.
if you are into, the colleges of magic, if you're into reading and learning and also the law, Lady Verena is a god who you would particularly want to worship. You don't have to, but a lot of people worship many different gods, like even Sigmar. Everybody has their own thing. Think of it like there's not one particular god everybody worships, but there is a god that everybody does pray to if they are doing that particular thing. If somebody's trying to trick someone, they may pray to Ronald to sort of for that to work for them. If someone is having a baby, they'll worship Raya, who is the goddess of fertility. So based on the situation, that is who people worship. If someone is about to go to war, they'll worship Ulrich and Sigmar and so on and so forth.
That
And
was
if you want to
so
know more
helpful.
about the gods, you can take a look at this.
Oh, thank you so much. That was super helpful. Thank you for opening that for me. I love lore, and especially like your world building is always very rich. I will definitely be
Yes.
reading this as well. I'm
So the
excited.
way the world building's gonna, you don't have to get all of it. It will be displayed in the game itself as you guys come about and learn more about the world. It'll play into effect.
Thank you so much. Okay, I would love to worship such a goddess. She sounds extremely perfect for working in law. Her name is not Raya. It was oh dear.
Lady
You said her
Verena.
name Verena. Okay, that sounds awesome. But
Goddess
yes,
Verena.
it's so cool. Thank you so much for
And then
describing this.
I'm not sure who Pithwick chose. Pithwick has his own gods as well, like Esmeralda, Hyacinth, and Josias. They have their own gods as well. Their halfling gods, but I am not against you picking different gods or anything like that, or may not picking anything at all. Although people will eye you when you say I don't believe in any of these gods. People usually worship Sigmar. As they do know these gods are very evident that they exist, so not worshiping any god is kind of looked at very odd, especially in the world of Warhammer, as these gods do have a direct effect on people. It's not just
Yes,
fluff.
right. They're involved in the world. They have a direct impact on things.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Soul. This is super, super interesting. I would love to also worship Verena, especially as my mentor worships her, so that we could do our, do justice in the courts.
Oh,
Jin Jin.
Lady of Verena, aren't we?
Oh yes, and what which deity of the pantheon of gods might you be worshiping?
Take a guess. Who do you think I worship?
Oh, well, you see, very interesting body modification. A fascinating topic to be sure. Let me rack my brain. Do I need to do a check at all?
I'll tell you
Sorry.
since you're struggling. I'm all about Mor, the god of death.
Yeah, that tracks.
So I was actually gonna guess that, but I was a little bit afraid too. What drew you to Mor?
Well, I like the sight of blood, and I do respect and protect the dead. I try to prevent you all from actually going over to him. But I never refuse. If a person does pass away, I do usually pray to them. Oh, you want to check out my dead body collection? It's all the way in the back. Sometimes I store them until they have the funeral service.
I look at Riz really quickly with quizzical eyes, and I ask Riz.
Yeah.
Riz, thank you.
Riz, yeah.
Thank you. I want to ask Riz if that's okay. If she's always had these interests since childhood, since he's known her for such a long time.
Yeah, Wiltrude has always been like this. In fact, she used to push me down a slide to make me break my leg and then treat it later just so she can experiment on me.
And how's your leg?
Oh, well, that happened when I was 10. She also got me into an armbar one time, and she put it back actually better than it was before, I will say that.
Whoa. It sounds like she's quite talented.
So, Walter, what do you want to do? Did you want to see how much it's going to cost you to fix that leg of yours with Giovanni?
Yeah,
8
like a
shillings
second
is quite
opinion?
a lot. Wiltrude, you can't go any lower?
Go any lower? Absolutely not, silly Willy.
Not
Oh,
to
Mr.
speak.
Walker. What do you want to do?
Well, 8 shillings certainly is quite the price. Silver shillings. Although my leg situation, I would like to get it resolved sooner than later. And Walter
You can always check
decides.
out Mr. Giovanni if you want. You needn't go to that cheap bastard.
Well, how about
Besides, I'd rather
this?
not help you out anyway because you only got like a scrape on your leg. You know, I thought people of your kind, especially envoys, were a lot tougher than that. You're limping off of that. I've seen worse.
Walter's taken aback, and it's just like, well, Rice here vouches for you, and I believe, it seems in my best interest, after what happened today, to trust in others' judgments. So, if you would be so kind, I'd be happy to have your assistance. Though, perhaps if is there no way to perhaps
And don't
lower
try
the
to haggle
price?
me.
Okay then. Well, 8
You off.
shillings it is then.
So if you pay 8 shillings, you will have 1 shilling left, and this will actually put you in a jeopardized position as you don't have it. You will have to fend off with that 1 silver coin. You don't have to take this, by the way. You could probably go to somewhere cheaper. It's just a heads up.
You know what? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, and then Walter, he's been so out of it. He just starts checking his bag for his money, and he just thinks, "Wait a minute, oh, I don't even have that much left."
Take it
And then,
personally if you go to him, Giovanni. I mean, not a lot of people can pay for my services.
You know what?
Oh, yeah, go on.
I'm sorry. No, I keep
No,
talking so much.
it's all right.
How about this? We could limp on. Like, you know what? What if I ran over to Giovanni and you guys rest here because I know your leg is in a bad way. I could run over to Giovanni, describe the situation, get a second opinion, and run back here.
Have you ever been to a surgeon, sort of physician? You just don't run over to a doctor. You go over there, you schedule an appointment, put your name down, and wait for the services for the doctor to see you. You can't just run in there.
You know what? You're absolutely correct, ma'am. I'm so sorry. I'm just having a doozy of a day.
I'll cut off your leg for free.
He has not the right height for that.
What did you say?
I mean, you have the right of that.
Oh, your ass is grass on the training field, giant.
I'm really sorry. I'm just speaking thoughts.
Please let me know if you cut her leg off, Mr. Pithwick. I will definitely take care of that for her.
I'll make sure you have some business.
Mr. Pickwick, I apologize for my rude and uncouth comments. I am just a bit flustered at the moment with everything going on and having sort of
Please continue.
prison sentence. Well,
Gertrude is literally like, she has her hand on her cheek and she is smiling profusely, looking at the both of you, looking left and right, waiting for something to happen.
So, not to speak for Walter here, but if we're not able to get a second opinion, hypothetically speaking, would you give him a discount if if your interests were a
I
bit
don't do
more
discounts.
involved?
No discounts.
Okay, I
Not
see.
for me.
Not even if your interests were a bit more involved, like maybe the stuff that you're really into?
Perhaps if his leg was cut off, I
Ah,
may give him a discount. But he has a scratch. It's not like it's very serious, just a little blood. I mean, look at him. He's weak and limp and kind of skinny. Seems as though that's why he's actually limping. When's the last time you lifted some weights, Walter?
I mean, it never really occurred to me to have to do something like that. Most of
And
what I do
that's
just
exactly
involves
why he's
talking.
in the situation that he's in. He's not tough enough. But don't worry.
She comes up and she starts to pat you on the shoulder.
If anything dire happens, you can come and see me. Put it that way. How does that sound?
Well, I guess that's fine. You know what? I'll on second thought, I'll ask Giovanni, but if things don't work out well, I'll come back to you and I will pay the 8 shillings.
Giovanni, if I remember, Giovanni Orrig. He's one of the other surgeons around here besides you, Walter, that has been in the industry for around 15 or 13 years, right? He's about our age. I think he's around 30. Like, a little bit older. Walter, you may want to see him as well. I mean, he is one of the leading physicians as well. Not saying he's as good as Wiltrude, but he can probably get the job done.
it couldn't hurt to get a second
Well,
opinion, Walter.
I mean, that's
exactly
what I
what
think
she
too.
said.
Yes, I suppose I'll do that. Like I said, it's a steep price to pay. At the very least, let me get some more information. But if
Mm.
need be, I will return to you, Doctor, and
Oh, absolutely.
for your
And when you
treatment.
do, just give me a second.
She goes back in and she grabs a big ass saw.
I'll be ready to cut off whatever limbs that you need and replace it with my new industrial mechanical arms and legs. Let's put it that way. Yeah, Jordan made, you know.
Um, indeed. You know, Walter's just like thrown off by all this. Well, I think we should probably head out then, gentlemen and gentlemen.
Sure thing,
You
Walter.
see, there is some small droplets of blood dripping onto the floor that are quite fresh. She
Ma-
looks at this and she quickly puts it behind her back.
Uh,
Oh, whoops. Forgot that was there. Well, then, this has been very fun. Nice to meet you all, and I'll see you guys later. Be sure to visit me if you ever need any good, injuries that needs to be fixed.
well, thanks for seeing us on such short notice, I squeak out.
What kind of notice?
Oh, I did it again. Mr. Pickwick, I apologize. Please let it be known that none of my comments are reflective of Osana and Associates. I apologize again. Thanks for seeing us on such brief, Dr. Drexler.
Well, it looks like I'll be seeing you soon after Mr. Pithwick is done with you.
I
Looking
look at
forward to
Pickwick.
it.
Mr. Pickwick, I'm really, really sorry. Also, since we're going to be working with each other for some time, I hope we get along.
That's completely to
Just
you.
Just keep the comments light on those type of jokes, all right? Lady Adele?
Yes, absolutely. Me and my big mouth.
All right, come on, Walter. Let's go see Giovanni Orig.
All right, I will help
Yes.
get his other side.
Let us go.
Indeed.
You sure have interesting friends, Rise.
Hmm.
I do. Yes. She's she's useful for what she needs to be, but you can always count on her. I 100% have known her for my whole life, mostly, and Road knows how to get the job done.
Well, hopefully, things won't get worse. So I don't really want to lose a leg.
All right.
Yes, we don't want that
All
either.
right. Put you guys back on the map. All right. So, you guys head back out into the city, and you guys are going through the market plots over to the Physicians Guild, which is right over here. And as you guys are walking through the market plots, you guys are seeing, as I stated earlier, you're walking through some of the the soldiers, and they're usually in their red and blue attire, as they're looking around and sort of guarding the market plots area where the brawl occurred at. A few of them give you guys nasty stares, particularly mainly not just at Walter and Adele, but specifically at Rise and Pithwick, as they eye them. You guys take very well notice of that. And as you are moving through the market plots, you also see the Temple of Shalia that Rise makes note of.
The Temple of Shalia. Shalia is the goddess of mercy.
Oh,
If anybody didn't know, she's one of the goddesses of healing, mercy, and compassion. She is the daughter of Marina and more. I always thought it was odd that the cult of Shalia, the building is right next to the Physicians Guild. I mean, if you are the goddess of healing and mercy and compassion, I guess it kind of would make sense, but some people pass away right then and there.
oh, I see. So, that was actually going to be my next question: is if the physician would be operating within the temple or near it. Maybe it looks like we have
Doing the
two
operations
places.
within the temple, that would be definitely something to go against, but they do keep their building next to it, so to speak.
I see.
Well, Pithwick, you notice those stares that we were getting?
Yeah. They aren't too happy with the lady that died.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's been a bit of rumors. Apparently, there's been talks that somebody from the Watch did it. Not sure how that came about. I don't like being blamed for something I didn't do.
so I am a little late to the party. A lady has passed away. I only know the cursory details of the case. I was having a lot of studies.
Anastasia, remember I told you she got assassinated in the market plots.
Oh,
The
yes.
female, yeah, that is who died, and she was part of the same Altdorf. Those red and blue soldiers that you saw. She was also with them. She was a part of them. So
And
one of
so
their own
now,
died, and apparently there's been rumors that apparently somebody from Ubersreich Watch has did the killing.
got it. And then now, so
That's
they
why
think
didn't get
Sandy and the
cleared.
home are involved.
They don't think Sandy and Nahum are involved.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm
They
so sorry.
think that Pithwick and Rise are involved.
Oh, because they were part of. Okay.
Walter is not wearing any uniform. Yeah, they're not wearing any uniform of Ubersreich Watch right now.
Just innocent bystanders.
Yeah. All right,
And
and
is she?
so you guys walk towards the Physicians Guild, and it's a big, this big black building. Definitely looks of a high standing building. It's not something a simple individual with no money would be able to afford, as Medicare doesn't come cheap here in Ubersreich. And if there's Medicare at all, you better hope you have the coin. Let's put it that way. So you guys walk in, and and you notice that there are 4 other individuals here waiting in the weight room. Put you guys on the map. So you guys were waiting in here, and you're looking around, and you see some other people with some arm. One guy has an injury to his eye. Another guy is holding his arm. As you do see, there's some bandages around there. And you hear a female's voice. A very beautiful female walks out from the from the south, where the entrance is, to the back of the hall. And this is what she looks like. Very young female, looks like to be in her young 20s. Close this. Sorry, I'm trying to move windows around a little bit more. I should download Pop Out. Yep.
Soul, you're doing a
She
wonderful
walks
job.
out, and she looks over at you 4.
Oh, sorry. Have you been waiting this whole entire time? Could you sign your names down on the ledger over there? We just need to, keep a track of who's here. With some prices as well. But that'll wait until later. Who needs help?
She starts pointing towards all of you, going back and forth.
That would be me.
Would you mind signing your name over here, please? You can call me Helga.
Sure.
Helga Stroganoff. Nice to meet you, sir.
Hello. Thank you. My name is Walter Johnson.
Mr. Walter, please go ahead and put your name down. Oh, do you need help as well?
Oh no, we just wanted to thank you for seeing us on such short notice. I did it again. Thank you for seeing us. And your bedside manner is very, very
just
nice.
Slaps his head.
I need to stop doing that. Sorry, don't mind me. I've just got foot and mouth disease. Not a real illness, just being very awkward as usual. But thanks again for seeing us. You've been very gracious. Does the doctor have a very long waiting list?
Well, we'll see. Excuse me, Mr. Walter. Would you mind putting what status you are down as well? We generally need to know.
In terms of my injury?
In terms of your standing in society.
Oh.
Of course. And I write down my status.
You for that?
You see a few people start to eye you in the back corner of the room. They look to be more of a lower standing than you, and some of the eyebrows raises up. Lady Helga turns towards Adele.
Type of thing comes with a queue system. Sometimes people of a higher standard get treated first. Let's put it that way.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you for explaining that.
Not a problem. Let's see here. What do we have? Oh, you're a silver status.
That's correct.
Talking to the doctor. I'll be right back, please. Give me a second.
Much appreciated.
You think you're better than us? You know how long I've been waiting here?
How
For at
long?
least 2
my good sir?
hours.
Oh,
Oh,
we're
I don't think
You
I'm
come
better
in
than
here
you.
with your high-status-looking clothing. If she cheers as you, I'm eyeing you. You better not go before me.
so. What's the nature of your injuries, sir?
He eyes you up and down, Adele, as he looks at your clothing.
I don't know if I'd be much.
Arm.
Oh, and you've been sitting here for 2 hours with your broken arm?
It's bullshit, that's what it is. The
Honestly, I was.
and all these higher status ranking individuals first before we come along.
I definitely agree with you. When I heard that they had a caste system for patients, everyone needs, good health. If you don't have good health, you have very little in life. I wonder who set this standard in
Maybe
place.
it's a good thing that the young fruits got out, that ousted. There's been talks around the neighborhood that they're trying to make Uberreich into a freebolt. Make it one for the people instead of all these nobles taking over. Here, take a look at this newspaper.
Oh, thank you.
Was that a scoff?
He stops for a minute and realizes that Pithwick is wearing a uniform, and then he quickly turns around, and as he goes back and makes a coughing noise, and he goes and sits down.
Well, you know what?
He doesn't
I
say
might.
anything to that. What are you gonna say?
Oh no, I'm so sorry, Soul. I was just gonna say I'm probably being young and idealistic. I get told that a lot, but I hope that there's a better future for everyone, no matter where they were born or their status in life. That shouldn't matter.
Now the world's gonna end.
Oh,
24 years and it won't matter.
oh,
So,
like canonically?
Female comes
Yeah,
towards you.
canonically.
Oh
Yeah,
my
world
God.
end.
Yeah, canonically. Oh, everybody dies. So,
Oh, we're all equal in death.
uh,
Oh, I guess.
So certain female comes towards you with the newspaper.
I believe in the same thing.
Oh, really?
There should be a society without anyone being dictated by their certain status or standing point. Here, take a look at this. It says that Councilman von Drakenberg is going to be one of the leading individuals to make the decision to make Ubersreich become a freebolt.
Oh, thank you
You
for
guys
this
have heard the
publication.
name of von Drakenberg.
Hey, isn't that the name of that giant lady that just joined the watch?
Oh,
That's
maybe
right.
we'll get to. Maybe we'll see her at the barracks today when we make it there.
Hold on. The judge did say that her father was one of the leading individuals of the town council. Her father is going to be the one to make the decision and vote that this country becomes a freebolt? That is interesting. What do you think, Pithwick?
Yeah, it's it seems like she's the rebellious daughter type. So whether she's with her dad on this thing, who knows? But I don't buy this whole
That seems true.
I don't buy this elimination of the cast, nobles and such. I mean, it's just going to be whoever has money after that. There's always going to be somebody at the top and some people at the bottom.
Yeah. I mean, you don't like running around with this, the whole idea of running around without a status? Nothing to really indicate who you are? Doesn't that
That's
sound
what
good? Or now.
That's what I'm saying. It's just right now it's more formalized, but you take away that and it's still just going to be muddy waters of who has more and who has less.
Well, progress is incremental, and maybe this is a step in the right direction. I would be interested in learning more.
Bah. I've had to deal enough with these street hoodlums to know that people are animals.
I'm sure you've seen a lot.
Rise gets up as the woman, the female has the newspaper, is she showing you this, Adele? And he walks over.
Do you mind if I take a look at that? I mean,
Oh, here you go, Rice.
Just for 5 seconds.
Absolutely, here you go.
He takes it from the female and he shows it to you.
Have you guys heard of this? A 2
Oh.
terror strikes again. 3 more people gone missing over the Ubersreich Bridge. Next to the docks. Apparently there's something out there that's been killing people, especially at nighttime.
It's probably just drunks wandering into the river.
That
Could
seems
be.
unlikely.
Yeah, it could. We always have to keep an open mind, right? In our cases, Miss Osana always wants us to stay abreast of what's happening in town, but this seems rather, we want to rule out all possibilities. It's very worrisome. It's got the people up in
One
arms.
man starts talking as you guys are discussing it, and he starts looking not at you, but just talking.
You guys don't know what lingers on in the night. You may not think it's real, but I've seen it. Or at least a shadowy figure of it. It's big. It stands around 11 feet tall. And it'll gouge your eyes out.
You see, he does a motion towards Adele as he puts up 2 of his hands like a bear and does a eating motion towards you.
Is that why you're here, sir? Did it hurt you?
Oh no, I got into a fight with the guy in the bar. That's why I'm here. But I don't take it lightly. These type of things exist, especially in the realms of chaos. Whatever's out there has been eating and snatching people up at night. And for you two, hopefully you're not stationed at the docks for your watchman duties. I'd be careful if I were you, Ubersreich watchmen. Along with the Altdorfers out there, there's been some missing guards as well.
Oh, well, thank you for the warning. That was indeed gracious of you, and I hope your injuries get better and that you get seen soon. But, sir, I'm so sorry. I have a lot of questions, and I'm a student, so I always have a lot of questions. When you said you saw this creature, I apologize if talking is difficult right now because of your injuries, but when you saw this creature, how did you manage not to be noticed by it?
As I said, I was really far away. I was working down at the Dockers Guild. It's where I usually work at. And it was around 2 in the morning. I was pulling the night shift. I saw something. I didn't know exactly what it was. But it stood around 11 feet tall. I couldn't really get a clear view and look of it. But that thing wasn't normal. It was almost as big as an ogre, but a little bit smaller.
Wow.
It jumped right back into the river when I got a good look at it. You want to pay a visit at nighttime and look for yourself?
Well, if you don't mind, I'm just taking some quick notes on this because, that's how you solve a case, is to try to get more information. But thank you for telling us about it. We hope you don't run into it again.
What's a book? Huh. You bookworms can't get anything done right. If you want a real job, get a job at the Dockers Guild. Show you how to push some real stuff.
Rise murmurs under his breath, "That's probably how you got your arm broken in the first place," he says.
Oh,
The guy doesn't
takes off.
hear him as he goes back.
Hey, Rice, I'll wager you a
female
shilling.
cop-
I'll wager you a shilling we're about to be reassigned. You know, call it intuition.
Well, a shilling? Sure thing.
Ah.
I'll take your bet on that.
All right.
We'll see.
And so Helga walks back through and looks at Walter.
The doctor said he'll see you now, Mr. Walter.
The man
Oh,
jumps
thank
back
you.
up as he looks at Mr. Walter.
Hey, what the hell? I've been here for 2 hours.
Helga dips down in a polite bow, and she says the doctor will see him right after she sees Walter.
This is bullshit.
What do you do, Walter?
Walter just makes his way to Helga. He doesn't even say anything.
Oh,
Absolutely. And so you're taken over there, and I'll put a map down, a streaming map to see, so you guys can see what's going on in this room as well.
thank you.
Everybody can see in here.
Yep.
Yep.
You
All
can
right,
hit
so
tab,
you see
Melissa, if
Hel-
you need to go over there.
Yeah,
Oh, now I can see it. Okay.
yeah.
Am I
So
just in the waiting room?
This individual, yeah, you're just in the waiting room waiting for Walter. So, right, Mr. Walter, as you walk down in this hallway, you approach a young sprouting individual with greenish hair and glasses, adorned with a almost looks like he's wearing a gown, somewhat of like a higher standing. There's intricate markings on his robe. It looks like, so you can definitely tell this is a man of high prestige.
Thank you, Lady Helga. And let's see. Mr. Walter Shanson, was it?
That's correct.
What appears to be the problem?
Well, my leg has suffered injuries from various situations.
Oh. By the way, I'm Dr. Oruk, but you can call me Dr. Giovanni. I usually prefer my first name anyway.
Yes,
Nice to meet
Dr.
you, sir.
Giovanni. It's a pleasure to meet you. I've heard great things about your
Let's see.
service.
Allow me to examine your foot. Would you mind sitting on the waiting table and I'm getting a look at you on the medicine table?
Sure. We get on.
Please lie down on air.
There we go.
So, let's see. Oh, a fragmented limb. And there is a deep gash in here. Someone bandaged it up, and they did a proper job with it. Do you know someone who specializes in the medical field?
There was an individual who did some quick work, but I don't really know them well. It was a bit of a emergency situation.
So, from what I can tell, this is going to cost around 1 silver shilling if you're okay with it.
Yes, that would be fine. I greatly appreciate your service, Doctor.
All right, in the meantime, I'm gonna get you stitched up. Please lie down and keep your head straight at the candlelit torch. And whatever you do, don't look down. Otherwise, it'll force you to move and I may cut you by accident. Are you okay with that?
So to be clear, could you repeat that again? To look at the torch and don't look down.
Yes, straight up on the ceiling and look at the torch. Keep your head back. I need to be able to properly operate on you. No movement whatsoever. I may mess up. Just, that's why.
Understood, of course. I wouldn't want to see anything anyway. Oh, then, I'm ready to go through the procedure.
All right.
What seems like minutes in your head as you're strapped down on the table turns into seconds. Give me a perception check, please. Well, I'll ask you. Did you want to raise your head and look to see what he's doing, or do you
Nope.
have your trust in him?
I just trust him.
He may mess up.
I mean,
Okay.
I don't have a reason to think he'll mess up, so I'll trust him.
Okay. So let me do a roll. See how well he does. Do a little good old medicine check. And all right. So what seems like minutes in your head turns into actual seconds, and your leg starts to feel fine.
I think we're done. I put a
Oh.
little bit of ointment on it. Some of the special ones I got from the apothecary. You could always pay Cordelia a visit if you ever need any herbs or any assessments for any bleeding or damages.
Cordelia, of course.
Try walking around for a bit, please.
Sure. Let's test this out. So far, it does feel good, but let me walk.
So you start walking around, and your leg is you feel a lot better. It's more stabilized. However, you do feel as though there is it does need a little bit more healing. In obviously something like this isn't going to get fixed immediately. It's going to take some time. Giovanni notices this, and he puts his glasses up towards his face as he raises it a little bit, checking your leg at the same time.
I'm going to need you to be a little bit more careful when you're on that leg. How does that sound? It's going to take around...
Nahum, please roll me a 1d20. Just roll a d20. And that's how many
Okay.
days it's going to take for your leg to fully properly heal.
All right, let's see. Open for 1 day?
Almost.
Hey, there's a 1 in there.
So
That's
13
fine.
days it's going to take. So it's going to take 13 days for your leg to fully heal. If you are hit in the leg again, you will have to give me a check to see if it gets worse.
God.
So just a heads up. Because of this, you incur no penalties right now. Normally you would, but because you got not the surgery, but the fix, you incur no penalties right now. So you just need that to heal. That's all. So you can't force yourself not to get hit there. It's a bit of luck on the dice. So pray that you don't get hit in that leg area again. And I believe it was your left leg. We're gonna I don't really remember if it was your right or left. We're gonna say it's your left leg that got hit. If you do remember, let me know. But for now, I'm gonna say it's your left leg. If you get hit in that left leg again, we're gonna have to do some checks.
Okay, gotcha. And so I'll tell the good doctor. Well, it's understandable. Wouldn't expect this to heal overnight. But yes, I'll take care of it and try to avoid any stress on it. Thank you so much. You did a great job. I appreciate it.
He sticks out his hand to give you a handshake.
I shake his hand
Anybody
back.
else ever needs any injuries done, I can help them as well. I know Rude True Drexel. She's a little bit more proficient than me. However, she charges an outrageous amount, as most of the nobles have been getting their a lot of medical procedures done from her. She doesn't slack off when it comes to other people who don't have the coin.
It's understandable, I suppose. Our society? Speaking of that, I should mention, so it was 1 silver shilling, correct? And as I reach in my pocket to,
That's
like, pay
correct,
him.
Mr. Walter.
Here you
For
go,
now,
my
just
good
keep
sir.
it easy.
And then, so I'm gonna give him 1 silver shilling.
Absolutely.
And then, after I give it to him, subtract 1. For some reason, I added 1. Now it's... How do you subtract? I know clicking, is it minus?
Right click.
There we go, yeah. I'm like... Okay, so yeah, I gave him 1. And I say, by the way, there's some gentlemen out there who also wish to see you. If I may, I believe
Yes.
I believe in being charitable at times. So, if you would not mind, I'd like to maybe pay a little bit on their behalf. If that would be fine for you.
Well, that's well, it is going to be a broken arm that needs to be repaired. So that would be an additional silver shilling if you're one to give that individual that. I'll make note of that and tell him that you did it. How does that sound?
Yes. That's fine. And I'll give him another silver shilling. And
All right, so that is going to have a good effect on your reputation. So at some point, so just a heads up, as soon as you get that, you may get word that some people, may note that. Giovanni does ask you.
Would you like the individual to know it was you?
I'm sure. Yes. In fact, I'll let him know myself. I think it'd be good to have a little bit of kindness at times. And he seems to be in a bit of a bad mood.
Though, Mr. Walter, some people may take it as a sign of generosity. However, some people may think that you're trying to walk over them in doing so, since they would see it as a sign of disgrace that he probably didn't have the coin. He probably won't, but just be careful when it comes to giving money to some of these individuals from the lower class. They may think that you're trying to walk over them because you're simply thinking less of them.
Well, with my leg as it is, I don't think I can walk over much of anything right now. But I take your point.
Well, I'll be sure to know. Oh yeah, I'll be sure to tell him that you meant well and you did not try to, sort of do this to spite him.
Yes, I'll let you take care of it. After all, I don't want him to have any negative feelings. At the end of the day, I'm not really doing this for glory or anything. I simply want to show a little bit of positivity, as it's been rather rough the last few days.
Mr. Walter, I have a question. What's your career status?
Silver 2.
Your career.
Oh, career. Yes, I'm an envoy. Nothing too extravagant, but
He puts up his like Dr. Kuro. You see that he uses his the bottom part of his palm to lift his glasses up.
If you don't mind, whenever you have the free time, I can give you some jobs if you don't mind. I usually move people to deliver some medical supplies out somewhere. Would you mind taking my offer every now and then?
yes, of course, if I'm able to
pay
do
well.
so. That sounds like a great idea. I'd be happy to help when I have
We could
time.
have a good business opportunity then. I appreciate it, Mr. Walter Somson.
You too, Dr. Giovanni. Honestly, I'm a bit surprised. I didn't expect to be doing business at the same time as getting healed here.
Well, you know the whole situation that's been happening. We don't really have much envoys out here nowadays, especially since the young Fords were ousted. So, I need as much help as I can, and since you are here, I thought I may well ask.
Well then, guess we should all help each other as best as we can. And I go and I reach out for a handshake. It'll be a pleasure working with you in the future then,
He does
Doctor.
so as well. He shakes his hand. He shakes your hand.
Well,
All right. Anything else you want to do, or you want to head back?
after that, I'm gonna go and start making my way backwards.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and move
Going
you.
up.
That was so sweet. No.
So you guys see Walter coming through, and you see Walter as he's coming around. He actually looks like he is a little bit better. He's walking on balance. He's not stumbling anymore, and it looks like he's been healed after you guys have been waiting for not a very long time, guys. It's only been around 10 minutes.
Well, it looks like I think I'll survive.
Oh, that's wonderful. You're already looking much better.
Yes, the doctor is quite remarkable. It's finally good to get some relief.
Yes, you've been on that bad leg for quite a while. I'm sure it feels good.
Indeed. Well then, I suppose we should head out of here.
All right. And I hope the rest of everyone here gets seen soon by the good doctor.
Frankfort? The doctor would like to see you now. Also, your expense has been paid for by a special patron. He'll tell you who it was later.
She looked towards you, Walter, when she says that.
Walter looks towards the windows.
Aww.
Yeah, that was surreptitious.
Aw. If what I think happened, I say really quietly, that was so sweet. I say quietly to Walter.
Well, sometimes it helps to do a good deed. As I whisper that. Well, I think I'm starting to feel a bit better.
Well, that's good, especially as we've got to get to those barracks and maybe make the acquaintanceship of that was it a politician? The father of that woman?
Yes, he is a councilman,
Hmm.
from what you have heard. That's correct.
Yes.
Yep. He is a councilman.
Yes. Got it. So, maybe get some leads as to the strange things happening around town. So we've got to figure out if, who maybe is setting up all these things that you guys have become entrapped in, and if there's anything weird going on with the watch. I saw those nasty looks that
You guys ready
Rise.
to head to the watch? You guys are ready to head to the watch barracks? The
Oh,
main
did anybody
barracks?
want to do any shopping?
So there's two
Because
barracks.
I could use some wine.
So right now, Rise is telling you that you do have to meet with Captain Pfeffer, and you can do shopping afterwards. How does that
got
sound?
it.
Then the
Yeah,
wine will
because
wait.
yes, and Cordelia is the one who sells the healing herbs, according to Dr. Giovanni. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
she's
So, but
all
he
the
just
way in the artisan quarter.
oh
But yeah, you didn't hear that, Walter. Oh wait, did
yeah,
you hear
Walter
that?
heard
I
that.
don't
Okay, yeah,
I
no
don't think
metagaming.
you
Yes.
heard that. Okay, yeah. I don't think your character heard that.
Yeah, I was
But
like
I would
far away
say
in the
that
waiting room.
generally, you would know of her. She has a stable shop. I would say everybody does know that. But certain people, if you don't hear it, I will say to avoid metagaming, certain
Yeah.
people you may not know in certain
Hmm.
occasions. Just a heads up. So let me. All right, so you guys ready to go to the watch?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool. All right, let's see what's going on over there. All right, let me put you guys over to the captain's quarters. And so you guys are heading to the captain's quarters of the Ubersreich's watch. However, you do see 3 outdoor soldiers there. One of them spits on the ground and points at Rise and Pithwick. However, they don't say anything. They're hanging around here. However, they really shouldn't be here. Rise looks towards Pithwick.
The hell are these guys doing here? Shouldn't they be busy at the market plots?
Yeah, I smelled trouble.
What do you guys want?
One of the individuals takes a step forward.
I'm guessing you guys got new recruits? Huh? Not like it's gonna matter anyway. Heard that a lot of you guys have been going missing. You've been taking all the other work. I'm expecting that you guys are gonna be taking more of the grunt work and going by the docks. Especially you, short man.
What did you say?
Oh.
You heard me.
No, I didn't. You're gonna have to lean down real close. Then I might be able to hear you.
I wouldn't do that if I were y'all. He doesn't take kindly to these.
Rise puts his arms out.
We don't have to do this. What the hell you guys want? Go back to the market plots. We have nothing to do with what happened to Anastasia. You don't have to take it out on us.
Yeah, innocent until proven guilty.
I guarantee you we are free of any guilt.
Until proven guilty, my ass.
Well, what kind of evidence do you have?
If I heard about it, he was the one right next to her in the first place. He probably put on a distraction to let it happen.
You know what? Not to. This is purely a question of logistics, but what was the nature of her death? What caused her death? Where was she injured and how? Do you know this?
Head.
Yeah, her head exploded.
Now, was the angle of the shot, sorry, courtroom speak, but was the angle of the shot from a downward angle? It was?
Yeah, it was at a distance, and no, it wasn't a downward angle, but you don't know. So what happened was Pithwick was talking to her, and on the other side, as soon as, not from behind him, but from behind her, she got shot in the back of the head, and her brain matter and exploded all over him.
So, because I'm Miss Osana's apprentice, would I know this from the court cases? Because I brought her the papers.
Yes, you've heard of that. Yeah. You heard that was the case.
Got it. So I tried to explain this, that it would be impossible for Pickwick to have been directly involved in that shot. Do these men?
What I said he probably put on a distraction.
And do you have any clues as to who his accomplice might be?
All these questions.
I do, because you have all these accusations.
A lawyer or something?
Well, hopefully one day, but right now the truth is what is important, and if you care about her, I know you care about the truth as to what happened to her.
Whatever. You guys will be done anyway by that whole thing that's going down by the docks. Had enough of you. Let's get out of here.
Wait, isn't that where you're heading? The docks?
He's going to the market plots, back with the other Altdorfers.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I was gonna warn them about the Teufel terror.
Walter, as you were walking past this guy, he almost tries to bulge you and push you down as he's walking next to you. Give me an agility check to see if you evade his push. Sorry, on the main undercurrent, click the 42, Nahum, where it has agility to avoid his blow.
Okay.
And let's see if you pass.
You got this.
We believe in you.
Get to test out my leg.
I feel so bad. You just got healed, and now this guy's trying to shove you into the mud.
You said it was under the 42.
Just click the 42.
No. Click 42 under where all those numbers are, where current is, where initial, advances, modifiers, current. You're always going to click on the numbers to roll there.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll now. Oh my god.
Oh, no.
So he literally bulged you on the floor, and then you see, so Melly, to let you know what happened, he got a -4. So this is by tiers up to -6. -1 means, you kind of probably would still, nothing bad will happen, but you still fail. There are levels to degrees of success. The thing is, he got no and so something extra happens to him in addition to him falling towards the ground. So this is where I, as the DM, narrate what's happening. Walter, you get folded to the ground and fall. Walter, you almost feel your leg is hurting a little bit from the blow. However, you can avoid this. Give me a toughness on this one, and give me this. When you click toughness, make the difficulty in average. So you got a +20 on the roll. And then click roll. Nicely done. Okay. So you do fall to the ground, and you kind of hold your leg. It hurt a little bit, but you've managed to withstood any further damage happening towards your leg as you tumble towards the ground and fall prone. The guy smirks and he laughs at you as they continue walking away from you.
Are you okay? I go over to try to help him off the ground.
Gunner walks over to you.
You want me to kill those bastards?
Let it be.
Tons of bitches.
I don't think I've ever been hit this much in my life in such a short time.
Welcome to the watch.
Aren't we all on the same side? Those guys will probably just be bringing more work on themselves as they injure one of their own. I'm sorry that happened to you, Walter. Are you okay?
Why'd you let that Altdorf bastard talk that much shit to us? We should be twisting their arms and legs.
It's fine for now.
Scratches his head.
We can't let anything like this get the better of us. Remember, we're supposed to be working with them. If anything happens, we won't hear the end of it from Captain Pfeffer.
Gunner coughs at this, and he goes back into his own.
I hear both. I hear both sides of your arguments, and they have a lot of merit. But y'all have a good point. I believe the captain must be awaiting our presence right now. And those guys, they were just trying to waste people's time with their antics right now. They're upset. They've lost their friends, and they're just acting out. I'm sorry that, Walter, you bore the brunt of their actions. You feel okay?
Fine.
Me?
Oh,
You should probably throw your status at them. You are a silver individual. You should probably make a joke or comment that they can never get on your level in the first place. If you look to me, they look like raggedy soldiers.
It's
should try it
fine.
sometime.
There's no point in getting into these kinds of tussles. There are more important things to focus on.
you know what? You took the high road,
You guys are
and I'm
discussing
really.
it. The door swings open, and two individuals walk outside who you've never seen before. A woman with two pistols, and from the hat, let's see. I'll ask for Pithwick. You know this woman actually. You've seen her come and go. This woman is Else. I'm sorry. How do you spell your name? It's like Elise, Elsa. Yeah, it's like her name is Elsa. We're gonna call her Elsa. Her name is Elsa Siglobin, and she is a witch hunter. She has been coming back and forth, and she's been doing, missions for the Watch every now and then, hunting down witches in any type of chaos, lingering individuals itself who've turned to the side of chaos as she hunts them down. The other individual who you've seen is a halfling as well, who you know as Morella. Morella Brandy Snap. She is a very motherly, kind individual, and she usually hangs around Elsa by helping her, and she is very well adept when it comes to unlocking doors, as she is known to be a very well known keysmith. You also know very well that she typically likes to give people hugs. She's a very warm, open individual. If you were sad and down, she would love to give you a hug.
It's adorable.
They walk out and look towards Rise and everybody else. Morella rushes over to Pithwick.
Ooh, Mr. Rumblepot, how have you been?
I can't complain. How about you, Morella?
I've been good. I've just been working with Elsa over here. I heard there was a little commotion out here. What happened?
Somebody left some trash on the front lawn. Needed to be cleaned up.
Oh. Is everything... Oh, your clothes are dirty. Are you alright, Mr. What's your name?
Walter Johnson.
Walter.
It's fine.
Let me dust that off for you. Here, allow me.
Without your consent, she just starts to literally just starts dusting off some of the dirt that was on your pants.
Here, it looks like you're hurt a little bit. Here, have a hug from me.
Aww.
As small as she is, she does start to hug your waist a little bit, and she says, "It's gonna be all right."
Thank you. And he gives her like pat on the back. This is just kind of like, oh, well, this is sudden.
How do you feel now?
Much better, actually. Yes. Seems you're great at healing people's bodies and spirits.
Morella, we must head out now. That's enough.
Well, you are a precious person.
As though you guys are going to be one of the new members of the Watch. Captain Pfeffer has been looking for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Morella.
Thank you. You as well. And Marilla, you are precious. I just wanted to say that before you left.
Morella smiles at this and she reaches her hands out to give you a hug as well.
There's always time for a hug. We need one after the day we've had. Thank you.
Lady Elsa Siglobin just shakes her head and just tells Morella to hurry up as they have work to do. So the two have left, and Rise tells you guys to follow him.
Looks like we have work. Thuffer is expecting us.
Oh, do you see
This is one
Captain
of the
Pfeffer
leading
around
bears
here?
to where we train. No, just follow me. We'll be there in a second. But this is one of the main barracks where you'll be stationed at. Not particularly here, but we're north of here. But if you ever need to come to Captain Pfeffer, this is where you'll be getting most of your orders from.
Oh. Thank you for the tour, by the way. You're very knowledgeable about many people and places.
Well, I was born here, and one of the many things of me, that I always wanted to take interest in was history, so I try to study as much as I can. It's good to be in the watch and know your history as well. Here, follow me.
Indeed. Yes, absolutely. Oh.
So he goes in and he stands by this door. He gives a very well nod to this watchman right here, who nods back at him. And Rise knocks on the door.
Captain Pfeffer, we're here to report, miss.
A female's voice trails outside as you hear an echo from the room that she's in, as she says for you guys all to come in. Rise opens the door and he stands to the side. And he points for you guys all to sit in one of the chairs.
Oh, thank you.
As you guys walk in, you see this a very beautiful looking female standing guard as you guys enter the doorway. She has very floofy auburn red hair, and she stands around. I don't know. She stands around 5'4", and she has her arms crossed as she's staring at you guys. Give me a second. Let me pull up my notes. So as you come in, you see this woman. You guys, give me. Does anybody have Lore Empire? If you have Lore Reichland, that works just as well.
Oh, I think I do. I'll double check.
I do not.
If you do have Lore Reichland, give me that check, and this is going to be a dramatic test to see how well you do. Dramatic test is by level of successes. Normally, if I say just give me a roll, I just need to see if you pass or not. Dramatic test is the pluses that you get. If you pass with a +1, +2, +3, +4, different information will be handed out to you based on how well you succeed. So if you do have a lore test, give me that.
Okay, I'm going to try. I have opened up my character sheet and I'm looking for where that would be.
Yeah, same here.
Go to
Okay, I see
skills.
it. Oh, okay. And I just click on Lore Reichland?
In skills on the right. It would be under grouped and advanced skills.
Okay. Do I just click on it and then click roll?
So yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, then I don't have it.
Oh, no.
You don't
I'm
know
sorry.
anything too much about Lady Pfeffer. Uh, you guys do notice one thing. There is on her desk, as you guys walked in, there are markings of papers all around, and there are circles and X marks on it, linking and like there's links and traces to each circle on there with names. It looks as though she was studying something as you guys were walking in there, with a list of names of a diagram, something connected to something. You don't know what. That's what you see. But as you guys walk in, she quickly and hastily takes the papers, folds them, and puts it on the side. She coughs for a second.
We live in strange times. I asked for watchmen, and I get you all. You may notice our troops' morale is low, but that's no surprise. They're all the worst low-life scum and off-door-given uniforms they can get in... Also the uniforms that we can get. Everybody in the watch, with the Altdorfers as well, are all scum. And we, by the people, are considered scum. However, I'm here to show that we're not of that level. We are better than the Altdorfers. They think they're too good for us by posting, and they resent every moment of being here. I want you all to state who you are and what you do. Besides you, Pithwick and Rise. Let's start with you, all the way in the top left.
Yes, good greetings to you all. My name is Walter Shanson. I am an envoy. It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintances.
I see. You may call me Captain Pfeffer when you report to me. Does that make... Am I clear on that?
Yes, Captain Fafnir.
Captain Pfeffer.
Captain Fafnir.
2 Fs. Thank you.
She starts to work her way down towards everybody as they introduce themselves to Lady. When she gets on Sally, her eyebrow raises and she kind of realizes who Sally is. And Sally does with a very, astute. You see when Sally starts to talk, her eyes are closed and she puts her hand on her chest, stating who she is and who her status is, what her status is.
Lady Sally, do know that when you're in the watch, everyone is of the same. You have no overbearing status compared to anyone in this room. Do I make myself clear?
Sally corrects herself as she drops back down and sits down. She nods her head and says, "Yes, Captain Pfeffer." Captain Pfeffer eyes towards Adele's.
Yes. State your name.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Adele, and it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Thank you for having us on your team.
Absolutely. Not a problem. So, before I begin...
You guys start to hear a knock on the side of the door as someone, before he barges in, walks right in there. And he starts to smile gleefully as he looks at all of you. And this is what he looks like.
Oh.
What a handsome gentleman.
Wait on time. This is Sergeant Rudy Clumpingclug. He'll be in charge of you during your time with the Watch. His account for your behavior is what keeps you from being executed for dereliction of duty. I suggest that you stay in his good graces. I am not a fool. Do not treat me as one, and we'll get along famously. Do what the sergeant tells you. Do not embarrass me, the watch, and be wary. Uber's Reich is full of mischief lately. May Ulrich watch out for you. Rudy, would you like to introduce yourself?
As he walks in, he kind of you hear a burp from him. He kind of scratches his ass.
Oh, yeah, I'm Sergeant Rudy Kluppenclap. Nice to meet you all. Looks like you'll be, working for me. Let's see, who do I have here? Got this guy over here. Excuse me, Lady Pfeffer. Who will I be in charge of? I think you said you wanted to assign me and Rise's duties apart.
She nods at the.
Yes, I did. Pithwick, Walter, and Adele, you be under Rudy. You're all in the same status now, as you're all the same watchmen. Everyone else will be assigned to Rise. I may change this in the future, every now and then. Do keep note of that. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Now then. You are all dismissed.
You all see that she is holding a pendant of Verena in her hands, and as she's talking to you guys, she always keeps clutching this and rubbing it every now and then as she holds it very close to her. Coupling Club looks at all of you guys and he waves.
Come on, you'll be coming with me. I'll give you a lowdown of what's going on. Let's go ahead and meet out in the front. Explain what the duties are.
Yes, sir.
Walter,
Oh.
Pithwick, Adele, you'll be coming with me. Come on, let's go.
How's your leg, Walter? Is walking on it feeling any better?
Yes, in fact, I'm a little bit surprised. I thought that fall earlier would make it worse, but I guess the doctor from before did a great job.
I'm really
Spring leg. You're gonna get
Yes.
multiple of those from working with us. So be careful. You see, I'll be telling you guys a little bit more. Here's what I want you to do. You guys, you know, I'm a good individual. I'm a good fellow. I've been around and I know the block every now and then. So, you know, I'll set you guys out and also I'll give you guys back your trappings. It seems as though, you kind of lost them as they confiscated to you all. But I made sure to give it back to you.
Oh, thank you.
Walter, I know that you lost a good bunch of stuff, but I'll give your dagger and everything back to you. However, when we go back to the barracks in the north, we'll be having a new assigned weapons for you. We don't have any bows or anything like that. We're a little bit low after a bunch of the young forts were killed, and a lot of the other watchmen were killed. But hey, a lot of the Oddorfers took a lot of our equipment, so the only thing I can give you is a longsword. How does that sound?
Yes, that will do, Sergeant.
I raised my
you can
hand.
call me Rhodey. Oh, you want to speak? Oh, go ahead, Miss Lady Adele. That was it, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, Rhodey. Rhodey, I'm really sorry for interrupting you, but my curiosity was.
Listen. Hold on. I know that, I'm a sergeant and whatnot, and I know that you simply made a mistake right now by calling me Rhodey.
Oh wait, sorry. Wait, Soul, did he say that we could call him Rhodey or? Oh,
Not
sorry.
yet.
I apologize. I misheard something you said earlier. Sorry. Yes, Sergeant. I apologize, Sergeant. I
So,
had
no,
to.
I digress. I digress. It's me on this one. I'm the one at fault here. But you can call me Rhodey. It's only Sergeant when others are about, eh? Like when you're around Captain Thaffa and whatnot. You get my drift?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely, sir. Sir, when you said earlier that a number of you had died, this wouldn't be from the Toyful Terror, would it?
Are you believing in that bull crap? That's a bunch
Oh.
of crap.
Oh.
Listen, there's no toolful terror or anything like that. A bunch of guys simply probably drowned down by the lake. Nothing pulling any chains. Okay, around 7 or 6 of them drowned within the last 3 months, but hey, coincidences happen, you know? It happens every now and then. What do you say, Pithwick?
Absolutely, Sarge. Just a bunch of drunks.
Yeah, see? Ed gets it. He knows my drift. He knows what's happening. Now, like I was saying, I'll be able to sort you guys out, you know, give you your livery, your armbands and whatnot, you know, you'll be dressed with this nice looking yellow attire I got on, you know, I know you guys want to look like me and Pithwick, and I'll sort you out. How about that?
Oh, thanks for taking care of us, sir. Would there be any other causes of death? Would there be any other causes of death we should be aware?
Yes, I'll go on about that right there. Go on, move on. Who cares? You're on the new watch. Feel acquainted. Feel a little bit more lively. Oh, wait a second. You're one of us honest girls, ain't you?
That's probably why I'm asking so many questions, sir. Yes, sir. Are you acquainted with my mentor?
Yeah. I am, and, hey, listen. If you really want to know about, what's going on, be careful. Asking too many questions around here will get you killed. I didn't say it, but there's a lot of people out there. You ask too many questions, you rummage around a little bit, do a little sneaking and searching, you might find yourself down in the Toolful River. That's it.
Oh, my. Well, thank you, sir, for the warning. I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
Absolutely right. Best not to talk too much here. There's ears about that I don't fancy, so why don't you guys do a little bit of your shopping, do what you need to do, and we're gonna meet me at the Bridge House Inn. How about that? And we could talk a little bit more at the bar before we get acquainted with our duties.
Yes, sir. You've been very kind.
Understood.
You guys are dismissed. I'll see you guys later at the bar.
Yes, sir.
And he just stumbles off, leaving you guys to your own.
Well,
when you say
character.
Going home, go ahead.
Oh no! Yeah, I was gonna say he's quite the character.
He sure is.
Pithwick, give me an intelligence check with a plus 20.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's a modifier plus 20.
That's correct. I was with the plus 20? Oh, shit. Was I with the 20? Sorry, I said intelligence. You wrote initiative.
You're right. You're right.
So intelligence, INT. Yeah. So
Yeah,
reroll again. Yeah. Intelligence is, sorry, there's two different ones. Yeah.
And in this modifier, it's with the plus 20, so like average difficulty.
Yeah. So change the difficulty. Yeah. Average or difficulty. Yeah. Yeah. Change that difficulty to 20. Yeah. Average. Oh, so you've heard a lot of things about Rudy. You heard that he is one of the most corrupt individuals you will meet within the Watch. You've heard that anyone who's been assigned to him hasn't lived more than 2 months.
Wow.
Oh, my word. I was just going to ask, when you say he stumbled away, did he look drunk?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to get that silver shilling from Rice sooner rather than later.
Maybe
All
the
right,
sky is.
so you guys are, you guys can talk amongst yourselves. It is open world now, so you guys can do your shopping if you want to get more bullets, such as sling or anything like that. You may want to check out the Metals Workers Guild. If you want to buy any herbs or anything like that, go to the apothecary. You can go there as well. What do you guys, you guys can discuss. What do you guys want to do? Act it out, play it out, say what you want to do.
So, welcome to the Watch.
It's definitely a lot more livelier than I expected.
Certainly.
Yeah, it's got its perks. So, before we all go off and get ourselves killed in the name of Karl Franz and the nobles of Ubersreich, what do you want to do?
Well, I wouldn't mind going to check out the markets. And maybe pay a visit to that apothecary as well. Get some stuff for my leg.
Oh yes, we do need to do that. Maybe we
Just a
could.
heads up. Market plots in the the apothecary are in two different areas. Matsk escrow, who you guys met earlier, where you bought a lot of the pies from, is in the market plots, and that is where a lot of Altdorf soldiers are. You can take your chance and visit him if you want.
The guys who were pushing around the home earlier.
Yes.
Oh.
That's correct.
On second thought, since maybe I might not be too well liked.
Oh.
The market can wait. Although, and Walter's just like a bit sulking, like he's looking to get a little bit of wine.
You may be able to, you're not wearing any uniform from Ubersreich. Pithwick is. You may be able to squeeze your way through there if you want to take the risk. Same thing with Adele.
Oh. You're right. We did just come here straight from the courthouse. Say, I have a question for Pickwick, if that's okay. Pickwick, certain are you of our imminent demise? You sound rather certain that it's going to happen. Is everything okay?
Oh, it's just us, it's part of the job. Besides, our new sergeant, well, he's got a reputation.
Oh. Is it safe to talk about it here? Was there something that you wanted to share with us?
Hey, I ain't no snitch.
Oh, okay. I didn't think you were. I'm sorry. I see. Well, in that case, if you still wanted that wine, Walter, maybe there's safety in numbers. Should we all go together? Should we split up and get things faster? What do y'all think?
Well, it could be a good idea. We don't technically look like soldiers, well, except for Pithwick, so we might as well get it done now before things become harder later.
You know what? You're right. I'm with you there, and it sounds like those healing herbs could help your leg out. I'd like to take a look at what they have myself.
Yes, it sounds like a good idea, though we'll have to go to a different area after that, but I might as well get everything in order before we meet up later with everyone else. What about you, Pithwick? How do you feel about it?
Alright, so...
As long as those Altdorf goons are walking around, may be good for me to keep a low profile. We don't exactly have the numbers to, resolve any conflicts properly.
Understandable. Well then, I suppose we should head out now. Hopefully everything will be fine. I mean, the sergeant did seem amicable.
She sure did.
Okay, so you guys are heading to the market plots.
All right, market plots it is, if everyone else is okay with that.
Okay. So let's go and go back to the Ubersreich City. So as you guys are marking your way, going to the, let me put Walter back in there. Give me a second with the updated token. So you all are going straight towards the market plots, right? And as you guys are going towards the market plots, you see that there are all outdoor soldiers around. Like I said, there's around 15 to 16 of them. However, Mansk is in that same area with it. What do you do?
Huh. I know that man. That's Minsk. It's a merchant around here, but as expected, looks like there's many soldiers.
Yeah, if it's fine with you guys, I'm gonna hang back.
Yes, I think that's for the best. Oh,
Yeah.
Pithwick, is there anything you'd want us to get you?
Yeah, that's a wonderful question, though. Or, I mean, Walter?
Yeah, I'm okay. Just watch yourself.
All right then. Oh, I wonder if he has more of those pies.
Ah.
All right, so you guys are going to the market plots?
Yep.
All right.
And the home you were mentioning those blueberry pies that the judge was eating?
No, well, yeah, the ones. So Minsk had made a bunch of pies at the marketplace.
So Pithwick, you are far away, right? You're not even close to them. Is that right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
walkers
yeah,
can
yeah.
even see you or approach you. Okay. Make a note of that. All right, so you guys stumble on there and you see that the place is cleaned up. There are outdoor soldiers around, and Mansk and all of them are, Mansk looks to be on edge, however, and there are outdoor soldiers looking around, patrolling the area.
What do you want? What are you doing? State your name and what you're doing here. You heard there was an incident, right?
An incident? I'm Adele, and this here is Walter. We're just here to do a little bit of shopping before heading back to the barracks.
Bit of shopping, huh? How much of a little bit?
We're not sure yet, but we might have to take a look around.
I sure could use some pie.
Where you
And
gonna go
wine. Well, it was funny to see that individual right over there, as I point towards Minsk.
You see him, he turns around and looks back at Mask, and then he looks back at you.
You gonna go see that guy, huh?
You seem on edge.
5 brass pennies.
Oh,
He holds
is
out
that
his
a
hand.
cover? Is that a cover charge for heading into the? I didn't even realize Pickwick was on the map. That is funny. Sir, is this like a cover charge for entering the marketplace at all? Are you like the official guard who's supposed to like take a toll from people coming in here?
Yeah. I'm here, to take a toll. You're gonna pay to go in here. Hey, listen, hurry it up, would you? 5 brass pennies.
Walter, are you from these parts?
Well, I've been here many times, but there's never been a toll to enter the marketplace.
I was thinking that was a little odd as well.
There's a toll now. 5 brass pennies.
Sir, I believe we may have the right to ask to please see your papers for legal toll collecting, just to review them to make sure they're in order.
are you supposed to be?
A curious person who would like to enter the marketplace?
My good man.
He looks left and right.
My good man, it would appear that there's probably some sort of misunderstanding.
Oh yeah? What type of misunderstanding are we talking about?
Oh, you see, this marketplace is free for individuals to come through. And
And I
enjoy
believe
the
that's
delightful.
Who are you supposed to be?
I'm just simply an envoy who really wishes to get some wine. And you, sir, what would your name be?
My name is Why Your Ass.
This man doesn't seem to have a very professional attitude, I whispered to Walter.
It's sort of would seem, as I kind of whispered back. And I go and I say, I would think that you maybe cut us a break then. After all, there's always the saying, doing a favor for one may lead to another favor for you.
Give me a charm test, Walter.
Oh.
All right.
Go to your skills and then click on 63.
I was laughing because I almost clicked on charm animals.
I mean, you're not too far off.
This man is acting kind of uncouth, so he's right. Both the guys are right. That's very funny.
So, okay, so sure. And then, do I do anything, or is it's just plus 0?
No, it's just a normal. It's just plus 0, normal roll.
Okay. Let's hope for better.
Shit.
Fuck.
Okay, so
that's what I like to see.
So as you're talking to this guy, and as you start to speak, he shuts up for a second.
You know what? You look that you're of a higher status. I'll take note of that.
Because you got a +6, another guy walks up and he looks at the individual and he puts his arms up.
Sir, are you messing with this silver status individual? He is. My good sir, are you all right?
Yes, we're fine. It's
I'm
no
sorry.
big deal.
Please excuse Arnoff. He is quite new. You may well, the both of you, you don't look like you're, of the lower class. Please, and you don't look like troublemakers either.
Indeed.
Please browse whatever you need to do.
Of course.
Oh.
And please, this new recruit of yours, he's very eager, but comes from a good place. Thank you for your kind words. And you, sir, keep up the good work and keeping watch.
Oh, Walter, you're such a gracious
The other guy
man.
takes note of that. And he moves back in spot to give you guys all the room that you need to continue to go through to conduct your business.
Okay, let's go.
Thank you,
And,
sir.
and I say to that, well, never hurts to be, lead with money, as they say. That's how I like to operate.
I really appreciate, Walter, how you obviously have a higher social status than many folks, but you never flaunt it. Oh, sorry, I stood on top of the whole. I'll try to follow you as you walk around to look for your wine. I just wanted to compliment Walter on his good graces. It seems like he was raised with nobility and grace, nobility in every sense of the word.
Yes. Well, I appreciate it, but it's not a big deal. I
Yeah,
just
and it's
learned that. Go on.
oh, sorry, it has opened a lot of doors, but you don't take advantage of it. I find that very admirable.
Oh, it's not that admirable. I figure it's good to work with others in order to get through precarious situations. Although it would have helped me a lot more a few days ago, but at
Well,
least things are starting to look a little bit better now. In
well,
any event, sorry, go on.
oh, no, cheers to that. Hopefully nothing like that happens to your leg again.
Hopefully. Well, this gentleman up there, Lansk, he's a pretty interesting fellow. I met him that day, actually, during that incident. You might have some enjoyable delectables. I recommend you try them out.
Oh, well, please show the way, Sir Walter. I will be happy to take a look.
Sure. Say, walk through. Ah, Lansk. It's good to see you. How are you?
If it isn't Walter Shanson.
Yes.
How are you doing, my friend?
Good. You know,
It's
and
been quite a while.
Indeed it has. Well, you look to be doing fine after that whole kabobble.
Indeed, especially with all the outdoors here, I've been trying to replenish my pies and all my equipment that was stocked up from the marketplace brawl. I see you have a friend here. Is this your wife?
No. No. This is a friend, Adela.
Yes, it's a pleasure to
Adela.
meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too. Mance Escrow, nice to meet you.
Well, Walter here.
Well, I do
This
have some
wonderful.
good wares. You're more than welcome to take out and look at what I have. I'm a little bit low on stock, but, however, I may have something use of you, whether you may look to see. But let me know. I may have a little bit more in the back.
Thank you so much. Walter was just telling us about your wares. Thank you.
I figured I'd bring another customer. Bring a little bit of excitement for you. It seems like it's not as lively here as it used to be, huh?
Yes, that's right. With all the outdoor soldiers here, I don't have as much business as usual, but it does give me a little bit of time in order to replenish my stock after the whole affair happened.
Makes sense. By any chance, do you have any of those wines?
Yes. Wine. You see, I'm a little bit low in stock on wine. I really don't have too much. I may have one in the back. Let me check for you. Was there anything else that you wanted?
I mean, if you have any of the pies or chicken, you know, either one or the other, I'd appreciate it.
You know, since the market ball happened a few days ago, my wife hadn't had the time or the pleasure to make any. Especially with the business going about now, but, I mean, I do have a nice healing draw I could sell you this at a discount. It usually goes for 10 silver shillings. I'll give it to you for 5.
Well, that's just, I think I'll have to pass for that. But it's a great deal, thank you, that's fine. I wouldn't want to rob others of, getting to purchase from your humble business.
Not at all. And for you, Lady Adele, would you want anything as well? Please, check out my wares.
That's
You
mighty
can
kind of
double
you.
click on him, and it'll show you what he has.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, though. I really appreciate this. Oh, my. Thank you. I'll take a quick look. I appreciate your time, sir. While I'm perusing your wonderful wares here, sir, I couldn't help but notice that there was a man trying to collect fares for entering the marketplace. The cover charge. Is this the usual practice for the marketplace, in your experience?
No. I've been seeing some of the bastard Ardolfers do the same thing.
They don't want to be
Ah.
stationed here, and they want a little bit of extra coin for their work. They're far away from home, and they're trying to scrounge everything they can get from any of these individuals and pedestrians walking about. Be wary of them.
Oh, thank you for the warning. Sir Walter and I, we were suspicious of his activities, and we're glad to hear that, there's something going on. That's good information. Thank you so much, my dear sir.
Yes, it's
Not a problem.
quite troublesome. But fortunately, there's not too much we can do for now to alleviate this issue. But I'm hoping things will calm down as time goes on.
Well,
Also,
let me know if you need anything. I'll be here.
yes, thank you so much.
I was going to ask, how much would the wine be?
Well, for you, my good friend, the wine will just cost. Let's see. You did help me out with a lot of good business. 5 brass pennies.
Very good then. I will give them the 5 brass pennies.
All right.
All right, all right. Put that in your inventory.
I went ahead and bought one bandage.
I didn't know
You may
mans
need
can
those.
give
You never know
tattoos.
what happened. What'd you say?
I didn't know mans can give tattoos.
Wait, he can? Oh my god, I see it. He has tattoos for sale.
Yeah.
He
Ah.
does. These are one of those patch-on tattoos.
That's a temporary tattoo?
Temporary tattoo. Lasts for about a good month.
Hmm.
You can get Watch Life in big Gothic script across your back.
Well, I got my wine and
So,
thank you.
he is giving you a Bugsman Wine Ale. So merchants travel across the old world to purchase this dwarfen ale, as it was founded by a man of Joseph Bugsman. When you take this, if you pass for intoxication purposes, it grants you immunity to fear test for 1d10 hours.
Neat.
Wow.
Put it in your inventory.
Very cool, so.
You could give it to Gunner too, and he'll be your best friend.
Oh.
Bugman's Brewery is famous.
I feel like that'd be a good asset to have Gunner as a good friend. He seems very capable.
Oh, I'll have to keep it in mind.
Yes, Joseph Bugman was a master brewer. He's a dwarf of legend. Just a heads up. Matt knows.
Yep.
He loves dwarves. I think I bought everything I can, but I had a quick. Oh, I'm sorry.
What were you gonna say?
So these stone bullets. Do you need like something to throw them with?
Yes. What's his name? Pithwick has a slingshot. He got his trusty slingshot on the right. Wherever I don't know where you want to say you put it. You hold it, Matt. But you have seen that Pithwick does have these type of stone bullets, as he keeps it. He keeps that thing ready on him just in case he needs to get into action. And so, yeah, you do need a slingshot or something to shoot it with.
Then in that case, I will buy some.
Or you can, so you can buy it. You can buy it for long range and just use it as an improvised weapon if you want to smack.
Oh, like to throw it
somebody
myself.
upside the
I
head
see. Oh, thank you so
Yeah.
much for the description. Because Pithwick and I got off on the wrong foot because I kept using short puns on accidentally. I will buy him some stone bullets to try to make it up to him. Because I figure
No,
that
go ahead,
that was
go
pretty
ahead. Buy as
upsetting for
many as
him.
you need.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Since I don't have too much money, I think I'll just go and save it. I see there is a helpful conversion chart. I'm quite poor according to it.
Yeah, so if you want to buy it, just go ahead and click on the stone bullet, and it'll ask you, if you want to, how much you want to buy, and you should
Thank
see.
you. So I'll buy one stone bullet. I know this is not very impressive, but hopefully I'll save up my next paycheck and get him some more stuff.
Gave him a stone.
Oh.
Like, I got the stone for you.
Oh my gosh! Now I feel really
Alright,
bad. I'm
so
gonna
you buy
buy
him. You
a
buy
second stone.
Alright.
I'll get 2 stones to make it slightly better. This is not going well.
Absolutely, lovely, lovely. Okay.
Oh no!
You're doing great.
Thank you, Maddie. I appreciate the kind words from everybody and the funny words from everybody too. All right, so
Thank
my
you
dear
for helping
Walter,
me out.
and thank you so much, Minx.
I
We'll
appreciate you guys' services.
we'll be sure to stop by again.
Anytime.
Yes, it's
I
been a
may have a little
pleasure.
bit more in stock, especially for you, Walter. Hopefully my wife makes the pies that you've been looking for, and the chicken as well. I do have to replace the one that Pithwick, and some of the blood matter sprayed all over. That was a good
Oh,
chicken.
I remember. I remember this from the court case filings. It was very memorable. My condolences.
Indeed.
Yes,
I
those
wish
are
you all a
quite
fair, good, enjoyable evening. A good day to you all.
You too,
Yes,
Mans.
sir. Oh, you've been very kind. Thank you.
Take care,
And so
and
have you, Walter.
see you. Yes. Well, I believe we should head out.
I was
Good day.
Sure thing, Walter. I was just about to ask if you had gotten all the purchases you were looking forward to, because I am done myself.
Ah, yes, yes. I merely just want to get some wine. You know, figured it would be nice to get a good sip and relax. Ah, of course, you two can also have some.
Oh, I appreciate the offer. It'd be good to get to know everybody, especially over some victuals.
Indeed.
And
It's always nice to have a bit
You
of
guys head back, and you do see
I agree.
Pithwick. He's a little bit far away, but you guys do manage to catch up back up to him.
On the way out, to show there's no hard feelings, I'll just give a friendly nod to the 2 guys that were here. One of them was trying to collect tolls.
You give a nod, and Walter, you really believe that you've instilled a little bit of honor to this man, as he may not be trying to pull the same thing he did towards other compatriots.
Ah, Walter's inspiring people to be better.
That's very good, very good. One step at a time.
Oh, you guys get what you need.
Indeed. I hope you're a man that likes wine, Pithwick. I have some right here.
I'll never say no to a glass. And it looks like you guys got a fair lesson on economics in Ubersreich.
Yeah, I didn't realize how far one's social standing could catapult things, but Walter here did a wonderful job. I hope you could join us on our next outing next time, Pickwick. Maybe when we're out of uniform again. And I know this is not much. I don't have too much on me at the moment. Just a poor student, but books cost a lot. But I got you some ammo. I noticed that you had a slingshot at your side, and I was wondering if you could use these. And I hand him the 2 stone bullets that I got, which is not a lot.
Thank you.
I know we
Much
got off on the wrong foot.
appreciated.
Completely my fault. I hope to make it up to you, to show there's no hard feelings. Or hopefully there's no hard feelings.
Nah, it's appreciated. I could never say no to a lady with ammo.
Oh, well, hopefully there'll be more in the future when I get my next paycheck. Interning is very fun, but a little bit, not the way to great riches, but knowledge is a richness.
Indeed. So, you guys got any more business before we go see the Sarge?
I was curious to check out
What'd you
that
say now?
apothecary. But
That's right, Cordelia with the herbs. I was about to say the same thing for your leg, because you needed to take extra care of it, right?
yes, that's right. I wouldn't want to have to go back to get more surgery.
True.
All right. Well, let's hit up the apothecary then.
Yeah. Happy to go with.
Sounds good to me.
So, you guys head further outside the market plots, and you
mean somebody
guys
not?
cross the bridge, and you do see that there is, two Uber Watchman guard at all times that are, patrolling the bridge and making sure everything is right. As you pass through, they give. Normally, they would kind of stop you and sort of see, what's your business on the other side. However, Pithwick is with you, and at some point, you'll be able to cross this freely as well. And they give Pithwick a nod. From what I understand, Pithwick, they ask you, are the two individuals with you?
Yeah, they're with me.
And they take a very notable nod to this, and they do a little head snatch on the right, telling you to continue forth. So you guys continue to make your way past the bridge, going next to the priesthood and the artisans quarter, and you were going straight north, heading straight into the artisans quarter towards the right. And you pass by you start to smell meats and all types of food as you're passing by Satrioli's sausage shop, which is right around here. And where you guys are going is Cordelia's Apothecary, which is at the far end of the side of the artisans quarter. You notice that everybody in this area seems to be of a certain social standing as you guys are. There's not like crazy, rich people in this area, not crazy poor people in this area. It's around middle class, so to speak, working hard people. As you walk through here and you start to smell the burning sensation of firewood, and you also smell the lingering of steel. You hear steel being hit upon an anvil as you're walking through there, and you see this is coming from the Metals Workers Guild. That's coming from the other side. However, you do start to smell the scent of herbs and other incense as you come across the Cordelia's Apothecary, which stands in front of you. You see that the door is open, and I'm assuming you guys walked right in.
Oh, as whatever y'all would like to do. Also, it's so wonderful to hear you describing things. The world building is so rich coming from your descriptions. It is so much fun. I feel very hungry after listening to you.
Yeah, sometime you'll be able to go to, if you want to go to Sarioli Sausage, you can go there and pick up a few sausages, but
Oh,
but
I wish they were real sausages. Like that was a mouth-watering description, and I could feel like I could just immerse myself in your words. Sorry, go ahead.
Give me a second. So every time you guys go to a certain spot, I'm gonna mark it down for everyone to see what that place looks like. There you go. So that will always signify that you were at Cordelia's Apothecary. So are you guys gonna walk in? You guys ready to go?
I am if my friends are.
Yep, let's do it.
All right.
Excited to see these herbs.
You walk in and you smell the strong scent of herbs and incense, and you see a very lovely looking woman in her 30s with beautiful flowing white hair. It's quite curly. She turns to you guys and she makes a very notable nod, and she gives a glimmer of a nice smile. You can see she's wearing beautiful pinkish lipstick, and she turns her head towards you all.
Well, hello there. Nice to meet you all.
Yes, it's nice to meet you.
May I help you?
Yes. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm here to look for herbs that would help for a leg injury.
Oh, a leg injury that you have. Well, I do have some suggestive earth root, but that's a little bit more expensive, and I don't think that'll help, but this is more for the Black Plague. I have a healing draught. Do have some bandages as well.
Oh, we could always
I
use
can
some
give
more of
you
those.
something that can help you sleep at night. This will make you fall asleep within after 2 to 3 hours. You'll fall into a deep, deep sleep. when you take this. So you're usually supposed to take it 2 to 3 hours before then. Yeah, it's called Nightshade. You can save up to 14 hours for possible. Also.
I see. Well, I don't think I'll need the nightshade, but I think the healing draught will suffice.
You want a healing drought? I'm sorry, so, that'll be 10 silver shillings? For one?
Walter, thinks, and then he realizes, oh, I don't think I actually have enough. It'll wipe me out if I get it.
I wish I could help.
It's fine, it's fine. It would appear that I left my, my other, wallets back at home. Well.
Well, here are the prices if you need. Please take a look if you need to, just in case you ever come back.
Oh, of course,
And
of
if you
course.
continue to be good customers, I may be able to give you guys a discount in the future if we become on more friendlier terms.
Well, that's mighty kind of you. Thank you, ma'am.
Indeed.
Wow, you have
You
quite
can
a
double click on her to see her inventory.
There's such cool things here. Factorial. Things sound so interesting. Ma'am, may I just say that your shop is
I've been
very
in
lovely.
charge of the store for quite some time.
Oh.
My parents came after, and we've been in Ubersreich since the age of dawn of Magnus the Pious. When he stormed in the castle and took over and made sure things were right as we were being besieged by the Greenskins hundreds of years ago. We do share quite a history around here.
Oh my. It's certainly quite steeped in history, both your family's lineage and this store. That was fascinating to hear.
Indeed. Every time Ubersreich has been besieged, our apothecary has never been touched, surprisingly.
And may it be that way for quite some time to come. I say, trying not to think of the meta, that there's a calamity 24 years in the future. What?
Boom.
I like immediately I just wave that thought from my mind and smile brightly, thinking about the wonderful future she has in store.
And what are your names again?
I'm Walter Shanson. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Mr. Walter, pleasure to meet you.
Oh, same here, and you could just call me Adele. And I gesture to Pickwick, and here is our comrade, which maybe he would like to introduce himself.
Yeah, it's Pithwick Grumblepot.
She looks left and right.
Who said
that? Down here, lady.
That was so
cute. She stretches all the way over the counter, and she puts her hand towards her mouth.
I am so terribly sorry. I didn't see you there. I just heard a voice.
I'm used to it.
Well then, Mr. Walter, Down, and Mr. Pithwick, I hope to see you all in the future in case anything ever happens that you need any type of healing.
Oh, thank you. We hope to be customers of your store very soon. Thank you very much for your time.
Indeed, it's been a pleasure.
Indeed. And a pleasure to meet you guys too.
So, it looks like we're done with our shopping for today. Was there anywhere that you wanted to go to before we head back to the barracks? Anybody fancy a bite to eat or anything?
I suppose I could use some food.
It couldn't hurt to look around at the marketplace stalls and see what else is going on.
At the inn, there is what's it called? There is a what's his name invited you. There will be food there. Rudy,
Captain,
the tavern and inn and stuff. So, yeah.
Oh,
Not sure if you guys
Gotcha.
want to get stuff before he treats you guys out or anything like that. Up to you. Just showing a
Oh,
sign of
that's right.
respect or however, but up to you.
No, thank you. Thank you for the wonderful reminder because you're right. He wanted to see us for supper. So I'm so sorry. I completely forgot. I was having so much fun with y'all. All right. Sounds like that might be our next stop, unless you fellows have any objections.
No.
No, I think it's fine. We should head off.
Absolutely. I'll be right with y'all. So I waddle off with them.
Okay, so I'm assuming we all are headed towards the Bridge House Inn.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Absolutely.
lovely. All right, so you guys, let me go ahead and get back to the city as everything was fast.
That description, you guys are so good at role playing, and the descriptions are of amazing. It makes me think of those like red wall books or something with so much beautiful descriptions, and it's so cool.
No problem. All right. So you guys continue to head forth down, and it takes around a good, hour or so. Right now, we're in the middle of the day. It's around 5 o'clock p.m. And you guys are heading straight towards. As you start to see the sun sort of heading, the sunset is starting to come in. You are heading straight towards the Bridge House Inn, and you run into no trouble. It seems the streets are all around. Everything's in order right now, and you make your way towards the inn, the Bridge House Inn, which is right here. Just to let you guys know. Let me put a little marker down for that one as well. For the Bridge House Inn, and I'll label these later. For you guys so that you can see where to go, but that's how we're going to play this out. As you guys are playing along with us, we will start to find new places, and I'll start to label them of places you guys have been as you learn more about the city. And you can always recall those places and go back there if you ever need to, but
Oh,
it's sort of that
cool.
discovery sort of thing that you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Very
so
thoughtful of you, Soul.
absolutely. All right, so you guys head towards the Bridge House Inn, and you smell the lovely smell of baked bread and fresh being cooked. Even within, during dinner time, you hear not too many rowdy sounds of people. It looks to be a small inn. Um, so, it is huddled between a little bit of plants and trees. Actually, there's a small sort of garden around it. Not something you would normally see within Ubersreich, especially with all the streets, with all the streets and fertile, like a lot of fertile plants don't really grow within this area. However, you do see that whoever has kept this, the Bridge House Inn, they've well maintained it as there's lush vegetation growing and a nice garden around you. And I'll put you guys on the map. And there we go.
What a lovely place. It looks like this place sees a fair share of customers to be able to maintain such beautiful grounds.
Indeed.
So you guys are at the inn. And when you're coming towards the end, there is an watchman outside. He turns towards Pithwick and he gives a notable nod.
Oh.
I'll nod back.
You know this fellow personally, Pickwick?
Nah, just a fellow brother of the watch.
I've
Nope,
seen many of
it's
you
free.
hard
What
at
do you
work
guys
on it.
wanna do?
I will follow Pickwick. Oh, is it Pickwick or is it Pickwick?
Pith, P-I-T-H.
Oh, like pithy. Okay. Ooh.
I gotta restart my client.
Did you walk in? Okay.
Take your time to hold.
Yep. So anyway, we'll put you back on the map.
Oh, thank you, Soul. Also, thank
Luckily,
you
it's
so much for
fast
making
because this world isn't as grown as the other D&D world, so maps load up pretty fast, which is good. Less NPCs, less worlds.
You still did such a good job with all the maps. There's so many maps that the world is so huge. It looks like.
Oh yeah. I go crazy when it comes to a lot of maps and all that other stuff. Like, ooh, I can
Wow.
put this for this and this and this. And I do have some. I have a theater of the mind maps as well that I'm continuously working on as well. for you guys to visit those places for quick, views. Let me know when you're back in now, home.
I am. I just got back in now.
All right, so you see the bar and everything.
Yep.
Awesome.
Right
So
next
when you
to
guys
these
walk in,
lovely
you
chairs.
don't see Rudy. However, you do see Rise looking at you guys, and he has a smile on. He's holding a drink in hand as he looks towards you guys.
He looks
How's
much
it going?
happier than when he was with Dr. Drexel.
Nice to see you guys' friendly faces earlier.
Nice. It's good to see you again. Have you been here this whole time?
Nice to see you guys too. Yeah, I have. I talked to the rest of my crew down there, Sally, Ferdinand, Gunner, and Amorous, and, well, I thought we should take a little bit of a break. Where's Rudy?
That's a good question. He said he'd meet us here.
Yeah, we're surprised he's not. Is he usually punctual?
A woman behind you guys scoff at this as she takes a swig of her mug.
He's probably off trying to con someone else.
Well,
sad to say you guys got stationed with Rudy.
Oh.
Yeah, but is knowing a trap when you walk in, does it still count as a trap?
Oh, it sounds like you're acquainted.
You know this woman to be Elise Fasten Wilton. That's like Fasten Wilton. But yeah, we're gonna call her I think it's Elise. We're gonna call her Elise. And what you know about her is she is of the same rank as Rise and Rudy, and she is also part of the Watch. She usually monitors the Morgansite district, the rich area district. However, she does come and go and take her relaxation days here towards the Bridge House Inn.
Oh.
Pithwick, I heard you got stationed with Rudy, is that right?
Yeah. No good deed goes unpunished.
Is he
nods her
true?
head, shakes her head at this, and she takes another swig of her ale.
Well, if you ever want to, put a trust down and give it to somebody, I'll be sure to take it from you within 2 months.
You're much appreciated.
Oh, sounds like you two know some stories about this Captain Rudy fellow that we're now stationed under.
I don't know any stories. Who said anything about stories?
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have drawn attention to that. But maybe there's something that you might be willing to share
I
with
don't
us.
know what you're talking about, Adele.
Oh. Sorry, I just like learning about
I don't
people.
think we know
I might be.
anything about what you're talking about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, whatever the case, you should probably stop asking about Rudy before he hears it.
That's very true. We are waiting for him here. For what it's worth, thank you, ma'am, for the warning.
Indeed.
He smirks at this, and she gives Pithwick a glance again, and kind of chuckles under her breath.
Well, how do you guys feel about joining the Watch?
It's not something I expected, but I guess we'll see how it is. So far, it's been okay.
I gotta admit, you guys handled the shakedown in the market plots a lot better than I thought you would.
That was all Walter. He did fantastic out there.
Well, let's just hope we'll be able to handle whatever comes in the future much as easily as that.
Here's to that. I agree with you. Speaking of future plans, did the captain ever mention? Oh, sorry,
No,
do go ahead.
please.
Oh no, I was just curious if Captain ever mentioned what time he would be here. I don't know if he's the punctual type.
It's Sergeant, first off.
Oh, sorry, Sergeant. Yes, absolutely. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, don't give him more credit than he deserves.
You got that
Sorry,
right.
do go ahead. So, Rise, as you were saying?
Nothing. I was just looking at the news lately. Hey,
Oh,
Pithwick, take a look at this.
Yeah, what's going on?
He shows you a newspaper and he points to it. Once again, just to let you know, Melly, the printing press does
uh-huh.
exist.
Oh, okay.
They do have the printing press. Yeah, so the printing press is like one of the latest things that they have invented, and it does exist within the Uber, within the Warhammer fantasy world. And so,
Wow.
yeah, they do. News comes around fast every now and then. This fantasy world is sort of based off 16th century, 15th century, mostly 16th
Yeah, it's
century,
Renaissance.
with a lot of
kinda-
Austrian, Renaissance Austrian Germany, like like Austrian like type German type wear. A lot of people that outfit and stuff, which is why you see everybody wearing a cavalier hat and a lot of stripes and with armors and everything. So yeah, so it's a little bit more. Think of it like 200 years after the world set in D&D, basically. Like, D&D is more like 14th century, 15th century. This is 16th century. But so yeah, gunpowder exists, smoke powder,
Yes.
tanks. Well, they do have tanks, like
Yeah, steam tanks. Yeah, they got steam
Oh, like
tanks.
steampunk
steam
stuff
tanks
going
exist.
on.
Yeah,
What?
yeah,
That's so
yeah.
cool.
So
Like, I was
yeah,
actually
it's a
asking
mix of
Maddie.
all that.
I was asking Maddie earlier if there was
Go ahead.
gunpowder in this universe, and I was excited to hear that yes, there
Yes,
are, but
there
pistols
are
are something
smoke
maybe
powder.
rich people would have. Oh,
Yes, and
very
it's very
fascinating.
expensive and they're very dangerous too. They could
Oh,
explode on you at any given moment if
what?
you're not trained with it.
Oh my word.
Oh yeah. If you're not, you roll that 99. Oh, something bad gonna happen. So if you do want to buy a gun, just be careful. So
Better divide,
Rise
make.
points towards this newspaper.
Looks like Kurt von Jorgen struck again. Apparently he murdered a watchman. He's been going around pulling all types of explosions. Something in the name of Bertonia.
Oh.
I still don't get. What does Bretonia have to do with Ubersreich?
Well, that's a good question. From what I've heard, Kurt, obviously the name shows more about. He's half Bretonian, half Reichland. Apparently his father used to be stationed here, and his noble family was ousted a while ago by the Kurtstadt family.
Oh dear. Sounds like he's got a personal vendetta that he's pursuing.
We've been trying to look after it, and see where the heck he'll strike next, but he's truly someone of the elusive status. Can't seem to pick up when and where he'll strike next. You guys should be on the lookout.
Yeah, we'll keep our eyes open. You'd think it'd be easy to spot an ironclad frog like the rest of those Bretonians, but I guess he's only half, so, maybe his long legs stick out the other end of that can.
Oh.
Probably so. Well, whatever the case, look for a man with blonde hair, blue eyes, and a pistol. He's quite a sharpshooter, so be careful.
Oh my. Thank you. We'll watch ourselves. Does he usually strike in the daytime or at nighttime?
You guys hear, as soon as Adele says that, you hear the sound of a bell, of a man screams out, "Dead man walking!"
Oh.
You hear this outside. And as you are walking, as you guys hear this, you guys look outside and you see someone carrying a prisoner. Pithwick, you know this man to be Holgar Marer. And he was a part of the Watch. However, he killed a few watchmen. No one knows why. And he is about to get sentenced to being executed. Hung from the neck.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
I wonder what his motivations were for doing such a thing.
As soon as you say that, Pithwick, almost as if an intuition that he heard you, his head darts around and looks towards you as he continues walking with chains in hand.
Good thing I'm short, because that means he was looking at Rise.
Or the bar stools, but goodness gracious. So they lock eyes for a meaningful second? What could this mean?
Pithwick locked eyes at him, but he looked over in the bar. He looked towards Pithwick's area. Whether he saw Walter, he thinks Walter said that, or Rise. That's left to be debatable. Sorry, Elise takes a swig again.
Good riddance to that bastard. He needs to be dead. He killed few of my men.
I'm sorry they were people you knew personally,
What do
ma'am.
you think of that situation, Pithwick?
I think he's going to look much better with a stretched out neck.
As you say that, the door swings open once again. Obviously, the doors were actually always open. And you see Clumping Club comes through. Much like how Woody opens the door in Toy Story as he kicks it open, looks left and right, and then he nods his Cavalier hat down.
You got that right, Pithwick. How you doing? How's it going, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? Elise, how's it going?
She turns her head toward, like, away from him and moves to the side. And she's like almost is about to spit, but she realizes she's in the tavern, but she holds her dismay towards Clumping Club.
How's it going, guys? Oh, you haven't bought anything, right?
He does a few finger guns to you guys, pointing at you.
Oh, we were waiting for you, sir.
Awesome. Here. Allow me to pay for everybody here. You know, my compatriots, I want to do right on you guys. I want to make sure you guys don't, fed well and kept well. Yeah. Gunther. Mr. Gunther Ben. This guy right here. I've been part of coming here for the last 20 years, and he knows how to make up a good old meat sandwich. Let me get 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them for my compatriots over here. You're not vegetarian, are you, Pithwick?
No, definitely not.
Good. I didn't care anyways. So anyways, let me get 4 of them, and then we'll do right on that.
And so he goes and he tells Gunther goes in the back as he screams out and tells his wife, you see this woman come out. She nods her head, and he goes back cleaning some of the mugs out as he puts the order in for 4 meat sandwiches with 4 ales.
So, how was the shopping? You guys did well, got what you needed to get and whatnot? What happened?
Oh, yes, it went pretty well.
Oh, yes. There were quite a wide assortment of goods, even after the fiasco the other day.
Outdoor soldiers are collecting tolls for people entering the marketplace.
Yeah.
Collecting tolls without any permission?
Yeah, they were unable to produce a permit, it seemed, when asked for one.
Yeah, it's right. Adele actually asked to see their papers. You should have seen the guy's face.
I was trying to practice my lawyering a little bit.
You got a lot of balls on you, Miss Adele.
Oh, no, I just fancy to that. If, if it was a legitimate business, he'd have no problem of producing the appropriate permits. But Walter here handled it very admirably.
Listen, I'm gonna let you know. You gotta be careful of who you talk to around here, especially the Altdorfers. You're lucky one of them didn't strike you in the leg. That would be terrible. Now, I will say to you guys as we continue to wait for our food, I'll let you in a little secret here. Piffwick, you haven't done any, patrol by the dock, so I'm gonna let you know that's where we're going. You see, there's two Ubersreichs, you see. There's the one you know, the day one, and the one entirely at night. And all sorts of things store up. Folks up and vanishing, moving on elsewhere, or down the Tufel, you know what they say. Meaning not breathing as they go, eh? You get my drift? Now, it's our job to look at the shiny side of Ubersreich. We won't be patrolling the hills. Oh, no. Left Morgan sites, not for the likes of us, only for the likes of certain people.
He looks towards Elise.
But, nah, it's the docks and the drugs for us. Whenever you're in a precinct as well, keep a sharp eye out as well, alright? Be wary of the large group of Altdorfers. They're trouble, which is why I'm telling you, Adele, be careful. Most of my mates from the watch, they're gone now. Or they're on the wall with the rest of the loyalists of Jungfrauds. Stick to yourself. Listen, other than me and the captain, and maybe this here door over here, there's only a few trustworthy lots. Otherwise, you're on your own. Once we get done with these meat sandwiches, you DM me on a small patrol. How about that? I'll show you around for a bit. Show you your duties and such. How's that sound?
That sounds quite helpful, sir.
Sounds like a plan.
Good.
By the way, Rice, pay up.
So Rice shakes his head and he just like digs in the pocket and he pulls out a silver shilling and he just shakes his head and just smirks.
It never fails that something will go
What's going
wrong.
on over here?
Oh,
He's passing around and I'm not involved in it. What's going on?
I wagered Sergeant Rice here that I would be unfortunate enough to be reassigned to dock duty.
Well, you know the case. Looks like you got a good eye, Piffwick. Keep note of that. And the next time you do a little bidding like that, let me know.
Oh,
Prep
of
you out on
course.
as well.
Are you a gambling man, sir?
Looks like you guys are ready. Oh, I'm one of the best gamblers you've ever seen in your life. My money goes real far.
Well, not to delay us any further, sir, but not to delay us any further, sir, but if you're a gambling man, I know they'd love to talk about the odds. What do you think our odds are of doing well on our dock duties?
On one of your dock duties? Oh, let me take a look at you.
He peers you up and down.
Well, with the right proper equipment, especially looking for you. Let's see, you got some limp arms and legs. Well, without me, I'll give you a, you got a 1 out of 10 chance of making it out alive. But with me, you bump your chances up to a 3 out of 10.
I always did like better odds.
Does sound like a precarious
And you do better
situation.
the more you compete with me. Also, I know you guys like to think about money. You guys do get paid every week. At the end of the week, I'll give you guys your pay. And there's a nice little charity I do for the kids out next to the hospital. You know, so usually your pay will be around 10, shillings or whatnot, or maybe a little bit more. But, I gotta give to the kids, right? So, you expect a little less sometimes.
No, but Sergeant, I insist that I take my own share to the children personally.
Aw.
No.
So kind
You
of
see,
you.
I gotta do right with them myself. Trust me, I'll put a good word in for you on that.
Well, thank you for the meal and the ales, by the way. And that's really nice of you to be working with
Wait, that's
the
right.
children.
Give me a sec. Let me go ahead and grab
Oh.
this. Sorry, Gunther, I didn't notice that you had the meat sandwiches out in the ale. Here you guys go. Here you go.
Oh,
Here you go. Here you go.
Thank you, Captain and Gunther, or Sergeant and Gunther.
Thumbs up. I'm afraid we're gonna be really good partners. And I truly believe that, yeah, you guys will do right with me. So after we get done eating, we'll go on our first watch.
That sounds
So
good
at
to
this
me.
time, you guys can finish eating up and figure out what you want to do. You guys are going to be assigned to watch really soon. Your notable other companions, Sally, Ferdinand, Gunner, and Amherst are down there, so you can make conversation with them if you want to as well before you guys head out.
Oh.
What do you guys want to do?
You need us to do consume alcohol checks as we drink our ale.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Give me those consume alcohol and let's see if you guys are going to be affected on the watch. Also, there's going to be times where you guys can do overtime and take certain jobs. And so to do overtime, you guys are going to have to give me an endurance test to see if you incur any negative penalties while doing an extra job within the same day to make a little extra money. That's overtime.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome. Like if you get tired
we'll
or
get to
something.
that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Because if you let's say you do your normal shift from 9 to 5, if you want to take on a little bit of extra work throughout the town, for example, we have our good fellow Walter. He's an envoy. He can do a little bit of extra work. If it's not a weekend, then he will have to give a endurance test to see if he can pull through to make a little bit of extra, money. He could do so even if he fails. He could still do it, but he will incur penalties to make when he starts making those checks to do the envoy job.
Gotcha. No, that's
For
very
you,
helpful
you will
information.
be everybody has a certain thing they can do. Walter has envoy, so he can start doing envoy missions. Pithwick can do extra shifts with the guard duty work, and he can also take on the watch, watch the bridge if he wants to. And these will come to you, by the way. And Adele, you can start learning more, studying and learning more about law as well, and probably helping certain clients along with Osana. And these will be very short, easy jobs.
I am so excited to try my best. This sounds really wonderful and super fleshed out. And
It's all
what we're
tests. It's all rolling the dice test and seeing how well you do.
So as for what we're going to do directly next, if you guys are okay with that, I would love to talk with our compatriots sitting at the table below us. And you said your names were what again?
Oh, are you moving towards them? I don't know who you're talking to. So
Oh, sorry. Yeah, these people sitting here with the guy with the scythe and stuff like that. Oh, sorry,
Okay.
I didn't mean to make like several clickies.
Oh, so you're
Yeah.
moving. So you're moving towards them and talking to them.
Yeah,
Who are you
and-
talking to? Just the whole entire party?
Oh, I guess I'll just tell them, hey, it's good to see you all again. How was your day and what they've been up to?
Miss, sorry, what was your name again?
Oh, I am so sorry. I don't know if we were ever formally introduced with the chaos going on today. My name is Adele, and I believe we semi-met earlier at the courthouse and as well as outside the barracks earlier.
Hey, Adele, what are you doing? Go ahead and drink first before you start making conversations with the rest of the crew. Come on, what are you doing?
Oh, and I have apologies. Cheers, sir. Uh,
So go ahead and do consume alcohol check on your skills.
okay. Is there such thing as drugged alcohol in this world?
Yeah. You can always put some
Hmm.
drugs in alcohol or anything like
Like
that.
nightshade, the stuff that makes you
Uh,
sleep for like 14 hours.
Yeah, you can put a little bit in there.
Oh, actually, you're right. That's kind of expensive. But what if he's like a regular and he like gets discounts? No, I, then I'll go ahead and click
So
consume
go ahead and
alcohol.
give us that
and
check, please. Yeah.
Here we go.
You don't have to. It's up to you if you want, but nicely done. So everybody has consumed their alcohol very well. You guys are able to retain and hold your liquor, which is amazing. And Rudy does take note of this as you guys are. Let me give him an alcohol test to see if he's either going to be drunk on this or because he's already been drinking for today. Holy shit, he has a high alcohol consumption score by default. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, let's see. Wow, he got he rolled an 84 and he still passed.
Wow.
Holy shit.
That's
Okay.
impressive.
Well, he takes a swig.
Yeah.
He takes a swig.
Oh, yeah, let me get another one over here. I'm doing just as fine.
So he's just drinking over there. Adele, you're making light conversation with Solange and the rest of the crew.
I didn't actually think I would be in the watch. Here I am, and what is my son going to say? You gotta pay more child support this time around, and it's gonna come straight out on my paycheck.
Oh,
Sorry,
I'm
I
sorry.
didn't expect you heard that, Adele.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Families can be complicated. I understand. And how old is your son, if that's okay to ask? And what's his name?
My son, he is around 3 years old, to put it that way, and he lives with his father. Oh, believe it or not, I haven't seen him in quite some time.
Oh,
Not since he was 1 year old. I've been out adventuring.
oh, I see.
Yes,
I'm so
I know,
sorry.
I know. I'm not that good of a mother. You don't have to tell me.
What? No, that wasn't what I was thinking at all. Again, family can be complicated, but it's obvious that you think the world of him and that you miss him, and I'm sure he knows that.
Yeah,
And it
that's what
sounds like you're.
his father is probably still out there trying to scrounge as much money from me as he possibly can. Note to self, Adele, don't drink and hang around the low district of the marketplace next to market plots or the dots. You may find yourself sleeping with someone who you never want to see again.
Oh, noted. Thank you for the warning. But I hope you get to see your
And
little boy again
as
soon.
you wanted to know,
Uh-huh.
my son's name is Garland.
That is a lovely name. So I'm taking notes. Out of character, I'm taking notes. What was her name again? You said it started with an S?
Yeah, it's Sally. Solandra
Hey,
von Drakenberg. But she goes short by Sally.
got it.
And from what you can tell, everybody here is sort of following her. These other dudes that are here, Ferdinand, Gunnar, and Amris, seem like they know her as she's sort of the leader of their bunch.
Got it. Thank you so much. And you said her son's name is Baldrin?
It is Barlin.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Barlin. I'm gonna
I
write this
named
down.
him
Hopefully,
Barlin after yes. His name is Barlin. I named him after a dwarf that is a friend of mine.
Oh,
He's in the dwarf merchant district. He's pretty wealthy, and he runs the operations from there.
oh, it sounds like someone you really respect. Have you gotten to see your friend Barlin in
Yes.
person lately? Oh,
I haven't seen him in quite some time. I may pay a visit after I get done with some of the duties here. By the way, we have to serve for 3 years while you have to serve for 6 months. I'm surprised I didn't even know sorry, not Lady. He would kill me if I called him that. Judge Maliotte, he actually... I've heard of... Not killing people, but for people interrupting his courtroom sessions, kept people in solitary confinement for at least a year. You got lucky enough because you're with Osana.
I agree with all my mentors' hard work that kept me out of that situation, which I did deserve. I really should have known better. I was just so definitely having a doozy of a day. I feel very embarrassed. But I feel so sad to hear that your sentences are so long, especially because you want to see your little boy. Ah,
I think, it shouldn't be too long. I mean, you know, what's 3 years?
Amorous says
Spoken.
this, and he's an elf as he lives for over 1,000 years.
Spoken like an elf.
well, it is indeed a good attitude to have because 3 years is still 3 years, even if you are long lived.
In fact, this building here, the Bridge House Inn, is pretty young. It was built only 20 years ago. You know, that was just like yesterday to me.
Oh my, I bet you could tell quite a number of tales based on the many things you've seen in history. So, speaking of tales,
Yeah, go ahead.
oh, sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, I was curious, but not to pry into your past, sir. But would you mind sharing about why, how your story has led you to be here, serving 3 years on the watch?
Wait, remember, I'm just with the rest of everybody else. I
Oh wait.
got in trouble, and we're all supposed to serve 3 years, along with the other 2 individuals that you're with. Well, not Pithwick, but I believe his name was Walter, right?
Oh yes, that's right. So I am so sorry. I mixed. Oh. Out of character. Thank you so much for explaining that so kindly. I am so sorry. So they were all caught up in the marketplace fiasco, and everybody got thrown before the judge, right? And the judge wasn't happy about what happened.
Yeah, that's right.
So he just got through the book, and everybody. Oh no. No, I see. Well, it sounds like a lot of it was not anybody's direct fault. There was a pig. I read the court files. It was extremely chaotic, and I'm just glad you guys are okay. Wait, what? Wait, sorry. Did I get something wrong?
There was a lie. No, you're completely right. From the case files, it seems, I mean, from what you've stated and what Osai stated, there doesn't seem anybody directly charged with any of the event that, for whoever killed Anastasia, the individual's still on the loose, as they're looking for him, or her, whoever it was. We didn't see anything at all. The only thing we saw was a gun by Roko's leg.
Oh, you know what? These are very good leads, and Osana did indeed tell me to follow up. As this is still sort of an ongoing case, of course.
Gunner slams his leg as you're speaking, interrupting you on the table, and the drinks kind of jump up a little bit and pop right back down.
I'll tell you who it was. It was that damn Roko. I know he is. And it was him. Where the hell is he? That son of a bitch.
Wait, is Roko Sandy's character?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Well, we're looking into all leads, sir. I assure you. It would be remiss of us to dismiss any tips. So what makes you so certain it was Roko?
Call me Gunner.
Oh, Gunner. Absolutely. I apologize, Gunner. Now, what?
And it wasn't Roko. I'm sorry, but you saw how bad he was at trying to pick pockets. How's he gonna aim a gun and pull off a shot like that?
Oh.
If he didn't did, he was probably with the bastard who did. You better watch out for that guy. He'll probably steal right from your own pockets. I'm warning you.
Dear?
Yeah, it'd be a shame for there to be 2 people doing that. I mean, choking on my sandwich here.
The plot doth thicken, so you think.
And I glance over at our new sergeant, but I don't say anything.
Do I notice this? Do I need to make a perception roll?
No, you don't need to roll anything.
Oh, okay.
Rudy
So I
is
make a-
leaning back with his drink on as he's watching this. You hear a hiccup and almost like a little drunk bubble pops out of his mouth, and he's just watching to see what's going on. And it does look like Gunner is getting quite heated, and Rudy says to him,
Now hold on there, Mr. Slayer. You know that you're not supposed to be causing any type of roughhousing around here. You heard about the news. Judge Maliote made his verdict clear, right?
Gunner looks at Rudy, then looks at Pithwick, and you hear the old, like almost like a normal as he plops right back down to the seat.
I mean,
Rudy laughs at
besides.
this.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Besides, I mean, it's just as likely I was the target of that shot. It could be this, the killer going around killing watchmen. But since I'm short, the gun misfired, he ended up killing the outdoor lady instead.
Yeah,
Such a shame.
While you guys are conversing, Ferdinand gets up and looks at Walter, and he starts walking over to him and drops down on one knee and looks at his leg.
Your leg seems as though it has healed quite fast. Walter, who healed you?
Nahum, you there?
He actually said he'd be right back in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't see that. All right.
Oh, me neither. Me neither.
So,
I
yeah,
heard
he's
him.
looking at his leg. That'll get to him. I'll get towards that conversation when that gets to that. So Sally. Sorry.
Oh no, sorry. So I was just catching myself up. This guy with the scythe looks so interesting. I would love to hear about him later. But sorry, you were saying
Ferdinand. Yeah.
Ferdinand.
He's a very
Okay.
quiet, like he doesn't speak much, but he is very cordial and he is very when you speak to him, he does speak in a very polite manner and much more of wisdom. So you can tell he is a man. You do see a little bit of scrolls on the side of his backpack. So he is a man of magic. You can see.
Cool.
So Sally pipes up a little bit.
So it's the docks for you guys. We're checking the other side of the docks as well. That's where we're stationed with Rise. Hope to see you guys anytime soon, and hopefully we go on missions together.
It would be nice to get to know you all more, of course. I hope for the same, and stay safe out there. So I am so sorry. As an aside, while we wait for Nahum to come back, when you said there was a daughter of that politician, the politician who wanted things to be like equal, he wanted to do like a free state kind of thing. I'm so sorry, I'm not using the correct term.
Yeah, that's
That is Sally?
Yeah.
You know what? If Sally's not in a hurry, I wanted to quickly ask her. And like that, I would say I would love to meet her father sometime. I've been hearing he's been doing great things for the people.
You heard the conversation. Who told you about my father? Well, I'm sure it's probably Judge Maliote that you heard.
No, I apologize, Sally. I do often stick my nose into things, but I promise I wasn't dropping eaves. I was reading a newspaper earlier today at the clinic, and I saw that there was some articles about your father. It got me very interested in his policies. Are you too
Well,
close?
if you want to know more about him, no, we're not really close. I don't expect to be really close to my father anyways, especially for what he wants me to do. You think his daughter wants to look like this? Sword in hand? Wrapped in plate mail and armor? No, he wants me to become like him. And I would not do so.
Well, I'm
Not
very
female
proud
of
for
the
what?
sword. Not for ruling over others and causing direct impasse on their lives with hastily and harsh decisions.
I feel moved by her words, and I put my hand on her shoulder and I tell her, Sally, for what it is worth, I am very proud of you for choosing your own path in life, and I hope one day your father can come to see that too. And I am so sorry for, again, asking more questions about your family, because, again, family can be very complicated, and I know very much about that. But, Sally, stay safe out there. I won't bother you further tonight. I know you have things to attend to. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Not a problem.
Oh.
Open Club gets up.
Come on,
His
you
name is so fun.
jackers. We're gonna go down by the docks and do some little watch. I'm gonna show you around, get a little bit of the nature. Let you know how things run about around here, all right? Capiche?
Capiche.
What the hell does capiche mean?
It's a term I made up, and what of it? You got a problem?
No problem. You
All
bought the
right,
beer,
then.
you bought
Let's
the
get the hell outta
sandwiches.
Yeah, thank you so much for the meal, sir. We're coming right away. Wait, should we
So,
try to move Walter?
Elise!
You see, he turns around and he does a blowing kiss to her, and she just like ducks out the way as she does.
Is she like disgusted? Like she's like, ugh.
She'll give me downtime anytime. Trust me. She'll cave in someday.
I whispered to Pickwick. I whispered to Pickwick, I'd love to hear their history someday.
I'm sure it involves lots of ale and extortion.
Oh. Oh, but he seems like such a nice fellow, which is what I want to believe.
Oh, you kidding? He's robbing us blind. Donating to the kids.
You know, I have
You
heard.
guys are walking back. Outside, you hear the sound. Make way, make way. And you see Hogar coming back from the execution site unharmed. As he's going back to the precinct. Pumping Club runs up to you guys.
Holy shit, did you see that?
Yes?
Yeah, he wasn't nearly as tall as he should be at this point.
What do you think happened?
I just got word that the noose snapped.
Oh. Maybe the gods have seen fit to grant him some mercy.
The gods? You're telling me it's probably the Chaos Gods. How the hell did he survive that? Listen, I've been here for a long time. The ropes just don't snap from what I hear. Because we got these laws and everything, they have to schedule another execution date for him, which is probably next week.
And next time they should use a
The sound
chain.
of that. It's a good idea. I heard the next time he's going out with some guns, smoke powder, if you get my drift. The whole rifle, they got him set up for the firing squad.
Oh,
That's
a
true.
rope
I
snapping.
don't know yet, but yeah.
Oh, I see. A rope snapping sound seems like one thing, but it would be very mysterious if a whole bunch of guns suddenly misfired. I guess we'll see what happens to this condemned man. Oh,
You guys
ma'am.
are conversing. Elise, she comes up to you guys.
How did that bastard live?
We were
Better
wondering
not
the
make
same
that
thing.
same mistake again. Whoever needs to check needs to make sure properly whatever's being done needs to be done. That bastard needs to die as soon as possible.
Well, that's one more thing I'm going to have to look for over my shoulder.
Rudy shakes his head.
Whatever the case, let's get the hell out of here. I'm a little bit freaked out that that bastard lived. Come on, let's go, let's go.
Okay, right behind you, sir.
All right, so we're gonna take a break here, and when we come back, we're gonna end it off in the next 30 minutes. How's that sound? So
Sounds good.
Let's take a
Wonderful.
20-minute break, and then we'll end it off around 7 o'clock.
Also, I am
So
so sorry I keep talking so much. Like, if I just talk, like, just talk over me because I am totally
You're
interrupting y'all.
fine
Like,
because
I'm always like
the
so excited
problem
to play.
the problem with a lot of the other D&D situations is a lot of guys don't talk enough to get some of the lore.
Oh,
But this game requires you to know lore and world building. So
I see it's
talking and
not
understanding
just.
these people's ideas, goals, and everything is this is very important. So what you're doing is completely fine. And, yeah,
Oh,
whatever you want to do to
thank
bring out a
you.
lot of these characters, they all have their life and goals, and that's part of the game. Fighting's not always part of the game. You want to find out as much
Yeah.
as you can about these people and know what's going on with all these happenings, these weird things that are happening. The
I'll
reason
be
why I
so
like this
happy.
game is like it's kind of a mix between Call of Cthulhu and D&D. So yeah, you want to find out as much
Oh.
as possible, but you also kind of want to avoid fighting and everything. So we'll see what happens when you guys go down by the docks and when I roll on the table.
No, this is so exciting. Thank you so much for the heads up about that because I love that it's full of political intrigue. There's obviously a lot of people with history with each other,
Yeah.
and alliances or people who don't like each other. I'm so sorry,
Yep.
that captain woman with a feathered hat, who doesn't like.
Captain Pfeffer.
Yeah, Captain Pfeffer, and I'm so sorry, Captain Pfeffer, the woman who doesn't like him, Elise?
Elise, yeah.
Elise, and yeah, so I would love to hear more about their story, and everyone else, of course, and the judge,
Yeah.
and maybe is the judge in cahoots with this guy? Is that why the judge keeps
Judge
sending people to him?
Maliotti. Oh God, who
I just,
knows? Who knows?
I,
We'll
I
find out.
feel so bad because I'm such a bad actor. I always just play me in real life, and I'm so awkward, and
No,
I'm
you're
always
good. You're good.
oh, thank you. So I just
I try
burst
to
into
enhance
the
this.
doors, like,
I actually enjoy these because
oh,
I like listening to them after I get done recording them because I get to hear how the voices sound and everything. So
I love how you gave me a chance. Like, you were like, there are no guards at the door. What do you do? I'm like, I choose the worst possible answer. I'm gonna run in right away, and then be like, oh, I'm like, the doors fly open. The judge
that's what I was
interrupts me. He has to lift up his face from his
I wanted to
pie.
see how you came in. I didn't know if you were gonna sort of just stay quiet and come in
knock on the door.
just like very
Oh my
quietly,
god,
like walk to the
that
side.
would have been
You came
a
in
lot
like,
better.
"Oh, I got the papers.
I watch too much Law and Order. You know me. I always have true crime in the background, like Kenda and stuff, like Detective Kenda, and Law and Order and stuff, where the most unrealistic things happen, and I forget that they're unrealistic because I watch too much. So that judge had to lift his face out of his
Now,
blueberry pie.
we're taking a
Yeah.
break for 20 minutes now, home. So we'll be back around 6:55 or whatever. So we'll see you
I
guys
hope
then.
you enjoy some dinner.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about
Yep.
that.
See you guys then.
No, honey.
And then we're gonna end
You
it off in the
kindly let
next
us.
30 minutes. So
Okay. That's fine.
all right, thanks guys.